I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't.
Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to Strasbourg Steve for a rare stream that isn't a watch along. I should probably do more of these. But anyways, it is what it is. Me and Keeks have had this idea for a while about doing these kind of streams about how teams can improve in the off season. So I must give credit to Keeks for all that. But yeah, today we're going to be looking at how Bayern München can improve what we're linked with and whatnot. I got my boy Zier with me as well. I'll link the title in the description as well for sure. But how you doing, fam?
I'm all good, man. All good. Nothing much to really talk about when it comes to Bayern. I mean, well, the most talking point I had was on Gordon that we avoided. Thank God.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, I mean, all we can say about what the rejection of Gordon for Bayern means, we dodged a fucking bullet, guys. That's all it means. It's literally all it means. I don't know why we need. I don't know why freaking whoever made this article, who wrote this shit, Manuel Belhart. I don't know why you got to make a whole ass article, bro, about like what it means. I don't think it means too much. I think it means we missed out on making a bad signing for a lot of money. I don't think it's that deep, personally. But anyways, in terms of where do we start with this? In terms of priorities for Bayern, for me, it's center back. Easily. Well, not easily because midfield's up there as well. But what are you saying, Zier?
For me, when it comes to center backs, I mean, listen. First off, Upamecano stepped up big, so he's obviously going to be the center back that we need somebody to pair him up with. That makes sense. As for Jonathan Tah, listen, he done his thing. Let's give him some credit as much as we want to replace him, whatever. I wouldn't even sell him. I'd just keep him on the bench. But the thing is for me is when you're the culprit in the biggest games, to a degree, listen, bro, you're gonna have to warm up that bench and let somebody better than you take the reins. You know what I mean? It's just how I see it. I don't even think he's a bad defender. He's just slow. Like it's just physically.
We played a back three. We played a back three would make sense.
Man, like if you put him in a position and a guy is 1v1 with him, he can do a job. It's just he can't even keep. He can't. First of all, he can't keep up. And secondly, and this is something that bothers me with him, sometimes you'll see him do these unnecessary things in which he'll try to man-to-man mark this guy that's dropped deep, and then we get caught out in transition and barely anyone is there. You know what I mean? Like it happened against Chelsea, like the one that I remember. Against João Pedro. Where he just tried fisting up fucking João Pedro for nothing. You know what I mean? Only for Palmer to score. So I do think we need somebody like more competent physically than Tah, is what I'm saying. So yeah, if we can get somebody in that department, that already solves center back issues in my book. You know what I mean? And before I let you man could go on, I would preferably not want to get rid of Kim only because of the fact that we need to add and not shrink our squad, even though it's already shrunken. You know what I mean? Like I'm looking at our squad so shrunk. So if you're gonna let somebody go, let Ito go because he barely plays anyway. So
I mean, but then the follow up is you can't really get much money from Ito.
I understand.
Fair enough. But I mean,
I think we might have to loan him or something. Yeah, you're right. Are we really gonna make money for him necessarily?
The thing is,
so let's actually, big up Chinlu. We'll start there. Bastoni. Would that be a viable solution?
No.
I think it's a big name. He is a very good player in his own right for sure. But in a back four, I don't know.
I mean, the problem isn't even the back four, the back three. The problem is if the frustration with this season is Tah is not physically there, like in terms of speed, in terms of 1v1 defending, putting down 50, 60 million for Bastoni is just getting another version of that. Like, he still has much better ball playing. He still has much better understanding in terms of off the ball runs, but in terms of the offensive elements and stuff. I've seen some really good elements of Bastoni in that sense. And his crossing is immaculate.
Yeah.
But he's not the solution. When you have a high line, you need to have somebody who's fast in your back line. That's just how it is. You need to have somebody. So what Ziri is saying is correct. You need somebody physically fast. At minimum, you need that. And Bastoni doesn't fit those requirements. So the next part is now, okay, who are these players who could potentially fit those requirements? You want to get somebody preferably who's played in the Bundesliga, so you can be a little more comfortable with them in terms of understanding of thing. I know it almost sounds like the prem proven nonsense, but it whatever. If you can get a little familiarity, you can get a little familiarity just to make it easier.
Right. All right, cool. Yeah, no, I agree. So starting out with left center back, Keeks, who was your solution number one for Bayern?
My two solutions in terms of what the market I'm seeing right now. I had other names, but these are the two I see for the market right now, which is
two of your standout. Okay, cool.
Which would be Lacroix, because it would be about 40 million, maybe a little less than that. We've seen him in for a while in Wolfsburg, so decent player. There's nothing wrong with with Lacroix. He's maybe not the best in terms of the low block, but in terms of a high line, he'll be fine. You know what I mean? So
all right, so you're saying Lacroix
and then Konate, but if you get him on a free.
Okay.
I feel like Real Madrid snap him up, to be honest with you.
I think the options are two of the perfect ones.
Yeah. I think Lacroix's got what? How many years left on his deal?
Well, I don't know, but I think we should.
They're selling him though, regardless of how much they're saying that he's gone, which is.
By the way, keep in mind he's not. You see, with Lacroix, one thing I'll say, I don't think he's talked about enough because he plays for Palace at the moment, and you know what I mean. And obviously, people will want to give Glasner more credit than they'll give Lacroix or you know what I mean. Lacroix. I personally think with him and our system, because remember he's quick, and he can defend decently well.
He has Bundesliga experience.
That as well, and with the football that we play. I think he is one of them center backs that if we played him in our team next season, people will give him more credit.
He's not gonna cost like 80 either, I don't think.
Yeah, I think he's like he and Konate, and I mentioned Konate too because he's gonna just join on a free. He has experience. He joins on a free, and he plays alongside Upamecano again.
Yes, that's like unless Konate asks for like insane fees, it should be. I think at least for your transfer budget wise, it would be better to have like a Konate.
So let's compare and contrast Lacroix and
Konate. Guys.
Big up, Jez. What are we saying? Actually, briefly, Jez, what are you saying about Bayern for starting left center backs? We'll start with Lacroix and Konate because I really like them too. What are you saying about both of them?
Obviously, I don't know how much they have played together from a international standpoint, but we obviously know that they played together at Leipzig, right? So there's already this connection there. I don't think that they're necessarily going to be struggling as a partnership, to be honest. Obviously, he would have to adapt to the Bayern system, but I don't think necessarily he would be struggling at that. I don't think it's about pairing, to be honest, at all. To be honest, it's more so the fact that is Konate going to stay fit? I think that's the real question, right?
And that's not really a question with Lacroix.
Exactly, yeah. Lacroix is like available more times than not. I think even at Wolfsburg, very good injury record as well. So that's the thing, because you don't want to sit like the key part of getting somebody in for Upamecano is that guy will be available on a consistent basis, but also still possess a good level of obviously perform at the highest level.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I think with Konate it's a concern because you're gonna have to do a lot physically. Like you're gonna be making a lot of recovery runs. You're gonna be like we're gonna ask a lot of your body.
Yeah, it is very demanding.
And with Konate, he's already taken a lot in but he does have that pedigree.
I mean,
also
Liverpool
flat
play in
season.
that.
Huh?
I said Liverpool play in that highline system. So I mean, in that sense, he's accustomed to it. I mean, that and Leipzig. So I guess in that sense, he's accustomed to it. It's just it is a concern in terms of the physics. Like, is he going to be always available? I don't know that for a fact.
Yeah,
Konate is only a year older than Lacroix. That's something else I found surprising. Only
yeah,
a year.
bro.
He's
They're
actually
both in
quite-
peak
he's
age.
actually quite- Yeah,
They're
quite.
both in peak age. So it's calm.
I
You
thought
don't-
Konate was like 29 for some reason. I don't know.
No,
No, because he played football from a very young age. You know, like I remember him still being like, I remember him. I think still being 18, watching him for Leipzig. Like, it's been a minute.
But by the way, there is a name I would throw out there, but I just don't think he'll leave anymore, considering the circumstances from a week ago. Vuskovic.
Yeah, that was a big one. Like our relegation obviously was like a big factor.
Yeah.
Well, isn't he going back to Hamburg on loan because he wants to play?
Yeah, apparently, if he goes to Hamburg on loan, then there's a chance, maybe. But then that would then mean like he would stay at Spurs the following season. I mean, you just got
the thing is, he only because he gave an interview talking about how he would like to play with his brother because I think his suspension would be gone from next season coming up. But he said that it's currently unlikely that it's going to happen. So it will depend. It will depend what Spurs are going to do. I personally think he's going to stay just because I think we're going to sell Romero personally. Romero wants out as well. So if he leaves, I can see Vuskovic going straight in.
Yeah, and then Spurs just signed Senesi. So yeah, I don't see Vuskovic leaving.
No, not in this situation anymore. Like us staying up.
Then you have I don't think Vuskovic is particularly fast though. That's my only issue with it. Like, he's a great centre back. He's just not fast.
Yeah. I think he got the. Even if he's not necessarily smart. No, sorry, not smart. Sorry.
Oh wow.
Fast? Sorry. I confused the two words. My bad. Excuse me. Not that I don't necessarily think he's necessarily fast, but I think he's smart enough with his positioning to still understand like how and when he has to take off and read it whenever a ball comes over the top, read the game. Yes, got to remember as well. He's also very aggressive himself. So if he has to be front-footed, he can go he can step into the midfield, step forward, and trying to win the ball back or intercept it. So I think he should be good enough for it, but we have to wait and see. To be honest.
No, that's fair. Now in terms of Lacroix versus Konate, who do you guys regard as better on the ball / better at passing / whatever? I'm saying Lacroix. Slightly.
You know what? I'm only going based on durability in this one because I think they're all both similar. Lacroix on default of durability. But I would take Konate still.
I think they're both around the same level in terms of passing, like on the ball. I don't think that's really an issue because when you have Upamecano basically cutting through like lines in defense, like his ball will go straight to Olise. Like, you don't really need another center back that does that. Like, it would be great, but more than anything, you just like the main focus is: are you available? Are you good defensively? How fast are you? Like, that's the three main things that you kind of look at. I think right now for Bayern is like, so long as your passing isn't atrocious, it should be fine.
Yeah.
So
so basically like Talbot faster, basically.
I mean, more like Pacho, I guess. Like, Pacho is not an amazing baller on thing, but he's just
let him leave.
Yeah, I know, it's mad, isn't it? Nobody had to even sniff at him at Frankfurt.
Honestly, was generally crazy considering how well he's done there as well. I actually agree with both of them, to be honest. I don't think neither of them are that far apart from each other on the ball, to be honest, where it's a massive difference. So I think there's other factors that you're going to look at when it comes to these two.
Yeah. Now the problem is we can talk about center backs, guys, and obviously there is this post as well. Bayern only considers signing a new center back if Kim and or Ito want to leave. Names like Bisak are currently on concrete targets. The absolute priority for now is to sign a left winger who can also play another attacking position. Still has potential to develop with the cost less than Anthony Gordon. I mean, whatever. Max Herbal and Christoph Rind have several candidates on the list. Why is the top priority to sign a fucking backup left winger? This is my issue with Herbal, and this is my issue with why I don't really go at company like that, because like priorities.
Yeah, I
What the fuck are we
understand that.
doing?
Yeah.
I'll leave it to Zir first. I have my opinion, but I'll leave it to Zir first. 'Cause
Bro, you know
it's
what it
fine.
is? I don't mind going after them, but bro, like I feel like we need to worry about center back first.
Yeah.
You know, because
I think that they think that Ta and Upamecano is good enough that we just got unlucky or some shit, and that Neuer.
maybe that's maybe the mentality they have. But bro, no, there's a reason why they were looking at like the Pishaks and and there was rumors of the City guys. Like even though it's true, not true, but like, come on, man, like, you know what I mean? I personally, it's a weird. But here's the thing: why you have two directors? Maybe Fluent is more focused on the youth level, but
Right.
surely Eberl has all the time in his day to focus on different targets on a phone call. Surely,
Right.
like I can say I trust the guy to do his job and all that, and that's fine. But at the same time, like we need to be giving like priority to both equally. Is my point. Like saying they want to focus on getting a backup left wing. We have Diaz, okay, like, and if we don't get, let's say, okay, we didn't get Gordon now. Okay, there's other left wingers you can low key get. They may not be the big
Is
names.
the Rashford thing real, or was that just someone on the wind up?
Oh no, that guy was on some wind up. But bro, you know what it is? If this guy joined on loan, it's understandable. If not, then I don't want to see it.
I'd rather just go get someone promising.
Like, yeah, my number one choice is Guts, to be honest.
Nico Hotz, yeah, Ajax, exactly, because it wouldn't cost.
Guts isn't actually a bad option, Like,
yeah,
he can play left wing, and I think he is decent enough that you can also put him at a 9 as well. I personally,
because this
from what we
finishing
saw,
is good. His finishing is good.
He feels less like a winger and more like an inside forward. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I was just saying, because obviously I'm to be honest, I haven't seen a lot of Mika Guts at Ajax, so you guys have to obviously fill me in on that. But I feel like maybe because I'm not 100% sure of his profile, but based on what I've seen,
Jazz, he's like Hutz is like a Harvey Barnes with some skill and some quicker feet, and just kind of quicker in general.
So do you think that maybe
as athletic?
But then
his dribbling is good though.
But this is the thing though. Do you think it's because he doesn't have those athletic attributes to his game? Why Bayern are not maybe looking at somebody like him? Because Gordon and him, when I just saw based off the highlight that I saw in the Scotland report that I read, the profiles are not similar. So I'm just thinking So I'm thinking, is it that they prefer a Gordon profile more than they prefer a Mika profile?
The thing is, I don't like the Gordon profile.
No, I heard that.
That's the problem. People will say to me that Luis Diaz and Gordon are the same profile. I don't think so.
No, you know what it is? Luis Diaz has the same defensive profile, but they don't have.
Yeah, they work hard. Yeah,
but they don't have the same attacking profile. That's the difference.
Yeah, like completely different skill sets, like
ways they never did
ball, the shots they try to.
When you look at Luis Diaz in Porto, right? Like Luis Diaz was the man for about half a year before Liverpool bought him. They played about 20 games, and he had 17 goals in that 20 games. Like he was an elite finisher at that period of time. I think Liverpool was the wrong move. I think that way about a few other players, but there's a lot of attributes about Luis Diaz that will welcome to say this could scale up.
Yes.
The insane level of dribbling. And keep in mind, regardless of his form with Liverpool, with Colombia, he was always brilliant. Yeah. So that meant that a different team on a different environment might have given them something to do it. So I think most people could say it's not a shock that it worked out, but The only thing you would say is like, well, I didn't expect 75 million for that, but it looks very much
Yeah,
worth
but
the money.
Luis
Yeah, but it looks
Diaz
like
has
it's
done
repaid,
so
Loki.
much more in his career compared to a Gordon for the 75. That's the thing as well.
Gordon is one of those players who I can see why they want to talk about it. I just don't get it. Like in theory, I could see him potentially, but it's like I don't see it.
Yeah,
I
but
you
just
see it on 23-24 comps.
but this is the interesting part, right? Because I
Yeah.
don't think clubs just look at based off the season that you just came off. I think clubs are also looking from previous seasons, just all combined, right? And when you go based off his time at Newcastle, you look at it and think to yourself, we saw more good than we saw bad, even if there's big inconsistencies. And I was thinking about it because I came just off the Sarcasm City
Yeah.
Q&A, big uploads as well. But
Yes.
I came off the members Q&A, and I was talking about how is it maybe a thing where clubs are more concerned about the profile of the player rather than the performance, even if Gordon just came off a bad season because of the previous seasons and because of the profile. Is it this why Barcelona wanted him, but also Bayern wanted him? You could probably maybe look at it from that perspective, even if I don't agree with that type of thinking train of thought. Maybe this was what they saw, and that's why I was thinking this is something similar that maybe Bayern to go. Because you know me, I've told you, you might as well could have seen and asked Dortmund, can we have Adeyemi? You could
Yeah.
have asked about El Malo at Köln if you really
Oh, I'll
wanted
take
him.
El Mala in a heartbeat.
I love El Mala
Exactly.
at Bayern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saeed
So-
El Mala at the Bayern would cook.
Yes.
Yes. Considering that all these guys are so much cheaper than Gordon, you think to yourself, and they're playing the same league, how come that you guys want to Gordon? So I think it's a profile thing that these teams are chasing.
Yeah, I guess so. But like,
but like the question is, well, what is Gordon's profile that people wanted so badly, right? Like he's not particularly good in terms of one-on-ones. He's fast, yes. His finishing it's something.
sometimes
And
really good, but like most
sometimes.
of them
I
Like,
think
and then what? He attacks space, not insanely well, but he attacks space. And it's like the whole of Newcastle for the past 2 years, like almost the majority of Newcastle's attack has been played through him, and he still hasn't been particularly productive. So I'm not sure that makes sense because for a sub position, keep in mind this does not mean that Luis Diaz is going to like suddenly just stop playing. Luis Diaz is a starter, right?
Right.
So
yeah.
you're not putting down 50, 60, 70, 80 on Gordon and that making sense because that can't make sense.
The whole point of having like a really good sub is to either actually it is for 3 reasons. Okay, number 1, to give competition to the starter. Hey, I can take your spot. You need to ball out every week. Like you need to aspire to do that. Otherwise, there is someone competent enough. B, if the starter gets injured for a long time, is the guy stepping in? Is he going to lower your expectation of the team in his absence, or is it going to be similar? If Oblak is missing for half of the year, my expectations of Atleti don't change because Musso is a really good backup. If Lummens at Man United gets injured for half a season and Bayindir steps in there, yeah, my expectations and what's going to happen to them, it's down because that drop off is just way too much.
Yeah.
Gordon starting over Diaz or Gordon filling in for a game, even a one really big game, a cup final, a freaking must-win Bundesliga game, a Champions League semifinal final. The drop-off from Gordon to Diaz is
it's too big.
It's big. But this is why I was just thinking maybe why necessarily Gordon because I 100% agree with you. That's why I was saying how I don't necessarily agree with them even going after Gordon because we talked about on previous screens where we can probably list at least 20 wingers that do similar things to Gordon, but will cost you at least half the money. So that was just always the weird thing for Bayern. And maybe you can look at it from a perspective saying that maybe it was a blessing in disguise because it forces Bayern into okay, let's go into our scouting reports and look at the other players who are going to be cheaper and see who fits into that role similarly as good as they thought Gordon was going to be.
Right. Like like look at fullback too, because I think that's also a big area of need, even though I don't think anything's going to change because Leimer and Kimmich are still here. This is really the only fullback that we've been consistently linked with is Ribeiro Reed at Feyenoord. I'm a fan, but I would rather go for someone like a Coyote, personally. I think for me,
I think that's a good shot.
I think for me, for right backs, I like this kid Ribeiro Reed. But do I don't know if I'm ready to place all of that on him right away.
Wait, what's this player's name? Because I've never Coyote. How do you spell this?
Michael Coyote, the Brentford right back.
The black Italian guy.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, he's like a Kyle Walker who can freaking cross and actually
has tech. Joking.
Yeah, he actually has tech. He's the long throw brother too.
Like he's
he's outstanding, man. I think he could be one of the best right backs in the world.
I think there is a real conversation. If that is the right back that you're going after, I think that's not a bad.
I mean, if we're not getting Reed, then push comes to shove. I wouldn't be shocked if he could be an option.
The problem would be the price.
As well, Cagliari, I think, isn't it?
Oh, Palestra is wonderful too, but I see him as more of a wing back.
No.
Like if you put him on Inter, they would be fucking even.
They would explode.
More dumb. Yeah.
Or a team that uses fullbacks like wingbacks. Bayern don't really do that, so I don't necessarily.
But in my opinion, we could. But in my opinion, I think it's a weird one because the way we play our football, they kind of do attack a lot, though. If you think about it,
they attack, but it's like okay.
Look how he's moving. Look how he's been moving this past season. You know, God Leimer.
Yeah.
No, he's been moving at right back or Stanisic or
Leimer loves to go to the fucking.
Yeah, he likes to underlap, overlap. He likes to.
Yeah, Leimer will
I feel like we could do with an attacking fullback. Is my point.
Of course.
I hear it, but I'm more so thinking like, look, don't drop the expectations too much. When you look at what Timber has been for Arsenal this season, in terms, I know he's coming back from injury now, but excellent defensively, very fast, very strong physically.
Timber's a stud.
Completely, he can either go out wide, so allow Saka to cut inside. He can go inside to be able to link up, or he can cut inside further. He does everything that you need to do out of fullback in the same way that Lima does, but more specialized to this is my role. Lima is a fixer-upper. He does multiple positions very good. He's done left back very good. He's done right back very good. He's been in midfield very good. I have no issue with Lima, but I'm just saying it's like as a starting position, Coyote is one of those guys who you do all of those things, but who offers more in terms of what do you call it? He gets a protagonism that in Brentford where he could literally just do whatever the hell he wants because he'll take responsibility for it. And I think that would be something I would really like to see in Bayern personally.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at what Alphonso Davies is when he's healthy, it's such a threat that regardless of what position he's in, they can't attack his side because you try and attack his side and you lose that ball. That's potentially a goal. That could be the same kind of vibe. I'm not 100%, but you understand what I mean. Like,
yeah, you're taking a big risk.
So
yeah.
I feel like if that was somebody, like I was thinking of other names like Gela Due and these other things, but who I also rate very highly. But Coyote it's almost like getting another, to me, in theory, and I should say, keep in mind, you never know how transfers work, but in theory, he should be somebody like in that sort of vein of a Timber, a Davies, these fullbacks who have these exceptional traits.
I understand that.
But he wouldn't be cheap.
That's fine. I don't mind paying. How much did you pay for Coyote? How much do you think he's worth?
How much would I pay for KO?
40, 50.
I don't think Brentford would accept 40 or 50.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the problem.
They're gonna ask for like around 70s and.
Because isn't 70 like what record breaking already or close to it?
55 is record breaking. 55, 60 is around record breaking for a fullback, which are both up by PSG to this date. So
yeah, so that's the thing right there. Like,
and Kukurea for some reason in Chelsea.
It might be Cucurella, you know. I can go and double check it, but yeah.
The general idea is you shouldn't go too expensive for.
Isn't it one of the Hernandez is the most expensive fullback?
Oh well, he wasn't a fullback; he was a centre back. He can be fullback,
true,
but he is not a fullback. If that makes sense.
True. By the way, I did just look this up. Apparently, Coyote. Yeah, let's just say this is true. I mean, the source is dog shit, but like whatever. Let's live in fucking La La Land for a second. Let's say Brentford really do
55 million euros is not bad. That's a good deal, I think, for what.
If they value him 50 million, bro, right now
away,
go to Brentford. Yeah, go to
right
Brentford
away.
now.
I thought it was going to be way more.
You know the funny part is that's why I low-key don't think it's the case because I saw a report about Poro being linked because City want Poro, right? And
yeah,
we revalued him at 50.
Hey.
So
you're searching up stuff on Twitter on our live stream. I'm telling you, be careful. It's a real dangerous trap.
Playing with fire.
But now I saw that we valued Poro at 50 million just in general, right? I feel like Coyote is like a better option, right? He's also younger, defensively more solid. Well, he gives you something going forward as well, right? So I feel like 50 million. I think honestly, if I'm Brentford, I'm just saying I'm taking the hype because we're talking about one of our best players. You saw how much they were able to get for both Visser and Mbemo. Granted, they're attackers, but then you think about how important Coyote is to their team. And also, I just looked it up.
Big up Carnage. Let's go. Big up for the raid.
Oh, nice. Big up for the raid. I just looked it up, and Cucurella, he's the most expensive fullback for £60 million.
That's
what?
So probably not.
I just looked it up.
Record for a fullback.
Yeah, Cucurella from Brighton to Chelsea. So if you think about if Brentford are asked for 55 at plus, are we saying that you're willing to get to that area where you want to go and spend damn near close to the most expensive signing for a fullback ever kind of money? I think it's worth it, but
I think
yes.
Because I think it gets us closer to the goal of what Bayern ultimate goal is, which is to win every trophy in a season. I think it gets us closer to that.
Yes,
I think when you look at fullbacks, right, and depending on how pivotal they are to your team, is how much money you're willing to sit down, right? Fullbacks are pivotal to PSG's success, so they put down around 50, 60 for both of their fullbacks, and it has worked out for both of them. When you look at a team like, what do you call it? Was another team that is not really good with their fullback? I mean, look, Barcelona don't really care about their fullbacks. They use them a lot, but they don't care about their fullbacks because they have other means to do these things. So they're not going to put down 30, 40, 50 million on a fullback because they have other methods of attack. Versus, say, what do you call it? United do and should try to focus on it because you just got Dorgu, you have Mazraoui, you have these other players. So it's like you want to. The idea is you want to involve your fullbacks because that's how they are. You put down the money where it makes sense, and I think it makes sense because when you look at how valuable Alphonso Davies has been for Bayern, having somebody on the opposite side who is as strong makes the entire backline look a little scarier for the opposition, I think.
Yes.
So I think it's necessary. I think if you could get it for 50 million, get it for 50 million. That's how I feel right now.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, understanding from you guys what his profile is, I kind of hear the idea of getting him now. Because I didn't know much of KO. I'm not gonna act like I was.
What right backs do you like, Zier, for Bayern if we were to buy one this summer? Which again,
So the ones that come to my mind, I mentioned two of them, but again, I mentioned the Palestra and Reed. Those are the two that come to my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were two that come to mind. The right backs. The problem
You
with the
go for
right
your
back.
boy Abdul Hamid, Saud.
Oh, I would. If things stay smoothly
player.
and
Good. I
if
take
he-
him as a backup all day. All
yeah,
day.
if things stayed smoothly with him
That
and
guy is-
Bayern because of where he's from, then yeah, 100%. You know what I mean?
True.
Because you know how Bayern moves politically, so that's why.
Yeah, that you can't.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that doesn't seem like a reality because of that.
Like we had Mizraoui, and look what happened to him. I'm not gonna.
Mazari, that's a good example. Mazari was great for you, and then he's just like, all right, well,
No, if we had Mizraoui, I guarantee you we would not be having this discussion right now.
yeah.
Hey, what do they say? Hey, there's no politics. There's no politics in football. They say, you know. That's what they say.
Yeah.
This is true, Dezio. And this is why I'm having a stream, because I'm fucking concerned. And I'm going to have whoever Leverkusen appoint, whether that's Raiola or Glasner, if they make
that
certain
was a dumb mentality last summer or January. I think it was January. That was a dumb mentality. I think that was more on Uli Hoeneß, by the way, than it was on Earl.
And that's the thing with Hoeneß. Like, he just...
Oh no, I'm sorry, but that comment had me down.
I'm gonna tell you.
Jimenez from Bournemouth. He will not see the light of day again, buddy.
Yeah. He might be he's in.
I just want to get this out the way. I genuinely think the biggest problem at this club when it comes to like transfer windows is Hoeneß himself.
Yes.
Because with this guy, and I don't want to bring it up because it's dumb, but when he mentioned Barca has no money, why is he mentioning it? He's mentioning it because he thinks of them when it comes to how he wants to act at Bayern.
He also does stupid shit like this. Why are you intervening in Conrad Leimer's contract negotiations?
Okay, yeah, that one I'm not gonna lie, I kind of agreed with. You know why? Because remember the Upamecano saga? Yeah, his agent Sissoko was asking for bare money for this brother to stay, like the sign-on fee and all that. Hoeneß has had enough of this shit. I actually don't mind this bit. That's fine.
But he gets involved. My point is the principle of it is fucking irritating.
Yeah, I know. Why is
this is what happens at Chelsea. Because remember, guys, they've done some really, really fucking stupid things. And literally Todd Bowley has had to intervene on his own sporting directors to be like, yo, stop. I'll get this deal done. You guys are fucking incompetent. The Enzo Fernandez thing. They were and high about the fucking price and all this stuff. And Todd Bowley was like, fuck all this. I'm gonna just come in and do it. I don't like the fact that Uli Hoeneß has to do Herbal's job with this contract negotiation thing.
Yeah,
it's fucking irritating. Let people do their jobs or find someone to do that job better. What's so fucking difficult?
Or you may as well just do your or do the
How
job.
often do you see El Khalifi nowadays? How often do you see El Khalifi involve himself in what Luis Campos is doing?
I'll do one, but how often do you see Khaldoun involve himself?
Yeah.
City.
Yeah. Fucking
I hear you in general. I do hear you in general. Bro, and the thing that bothers me, bro, this guy acts like we're the most broke club in the world. Bro, we get given the most money in the country. Like, what are we doing?
Hey, try, hey, man. At least you guys spend some money. Like, when it comes to Dortmund, holy shit, man. I should be just grateful we spending 20 million in the summer.
Wait, Jess, I have a question. Do you think DFL don't distribute money enough to your club? Side note.
Wait, sorry. After question again, sorry?
So you know how, because you're under 50+1, just like Bayern. Like, do you think DFL don't give you enough funds as much as you deserve?
I mean, considering if you compare to the rest of the other league, to the rest of the league, I think it's kind of fair. Like, because we're making the second most right after you guys. So I personally think it's fair. I just think that with the funds that we do get, it's just that we generally just don't do nothing with it, to be honest. Do I think we should get a bit more? Yes, but you can probably say that about the whole league in general, just to get the
I'm talking about the league. You including the league, yes.
Yeah, like if you talk about the league in general, then I do think the league in general should be given out more money, because we see I mean, we're talking about the state of the league. We're talking about some of. I mean, we literally just saw Wolfsburg go down. Granted, they did spend money, but we're still talking about a big club in Germany. So, yeah, I do think there should be more money just all around the league. To be honest, for everybody.
Yeah. Nah, I was
No.
just curious to see, maybe a bit more of me. But
So are we good
Nah,
with Coyote? Coyote is the pick for right back. That's my pick at least.
I
Are
think
we,
so.
are we just talking about just what we want or realistic targets as well? Because I don't see Bayern going.
No, because it's not realistic targets because we go back to this fucking piece of shit statement. We're only going to consider a new center back if Cameron fucking Ito.
bro, I'm not gonna lie.
The point of this stream is so that we can look back at it a year from now when Bayern don't even make a final of a Champions League again, or maybe even risk a semifinal. And we're gonna look back on these things and be like, wow, look at that. 4 fucking dudes, 4 Jags, four literal Jags would fucking point out players that were good enough for Bayern and that what we needed to do, and we didn't because we're looking at fucking Anthony Gordon. That's the only thing that's the only noise I've been fucking hearing. And then we're always talking with Javiero Reed, but Man City are leading that race. So there's significant interest.
You know who
Bro,
would
we've
have
been
done?
monitoring this situation of Reed closely for so fucking long. It's stalkers at this point.
Bro, what does he gonna say, man?
Scout, bro. Like, I don't get this, bro. The guy is
Supermax.
I'm Scout, Kathy.
What are you, America? You don't pay Supermax contracts.
Alright, too, for Bayern spent some crazy money on for the contract.
Yeah, we have.
You can afford it.
Like, freaking,
Yeah, they can still.
Like, he was on like fucking 300 or something. Goretzka, you know.
Like,
Isn't he on a free in the summer? Hey,
yeah, he's gone.
so
thankfully.
good. This is another point, so we can talk about
so
the midfield.
midfielders. What fucking midfielders are we even linked with here?
I don't
You're not.
even know, bro. But I know what that was.
Hold on.
I would not be shocked if they.
Is this
they
seriously the only midfield news we've had?
Bro, I'm
and
gonna
the
be
fact
honest.
that Kimmich is supporting Arsenal in the final, a piece of shit. Whatever.
he's
I'm serious. There was
Kimmich has an
he
innate
said in
ability
the
to be
Germany,
to just
friend,
not
he
be
said,
right about anything, though. I
he's so weird.
I like him, man. I like that.
He supports because look, he actually could go down. He says I responded to it as well, bro.
Wait,
No,
it's
it was.
yeah. Look at this fucking asshole. Oh my god.
Man, because of who? Oh, because of who? Nah, this is why we, as a nation, when I speak about Germany, we just cook this just as a general. Like, what type of pussy shit is? I'm sorry, bro.
I don't know what.
No, do you know what it is? I get what he's trying to say. Oh, I want him to have over here in a good mood. But brother, like,
does this sound like a guy who's concerned about his starting midfield spot? Catch Zaire Emery saying some fucking like shit. Yo, like, there's no focus. What the fuck are our ballers doing, bro? Like,
shit, like who cares? Who cares who the like? You're not involved in the game. Like, who cares who plays in the final, bro? And who you picking? Like, I don't know. But if you keep it to Bayern, you know the funny part is because I remember seeing, like, I don't know how real, because you talked about midfield links, right? Generally speaking, and this was from the Spurs side. I remember that when we were still fighting for the relegation, I heard how if we get relegated, Bayern would be interested to bring in Gray from our midfield, right? Which I don't even necessarily think it would have been a bad signing as a depth, but obviously, but no, with us staying up, I don't think it will
we
happen.
could sign Danny Parejo, Keeks, you know.
I don't know how I feel about him as a whole. Forget about. I don't even know. Nah, he's old, isn't he? Nah.
Danny Parejo
right?
has played. No,
right?
he's potentially going to Valencia. Danny Parejo has played the same way throughout his entire career.
Yeah,
he is a brilliant baller.
By the way, this is the reason why Nagelsmann got fired. Just reminding everyone.
Hilarious.
He hooped up against us. I don't think
he is great on the ball. He has an understanding of tempo that you can't really teach.
He's better than
because-
Goretzka already. Cool.
He's a really good technical level, and he is.
Take much, bro. You acting like takes much. Don't take much, bro.
I say all that, and then I want to remind you that off the ball, he is a training cone. He is not a real footballer. He is literally just there in the distance, in the peripheral of your mind. He will not get the ball off of you. He will not do anything. Like, he is not useful off the ball. No, if you have somebody who can do the hard work for him, like Pap Guy has been for Villarreal, like Komasanya has been in Villarreal, these other players, then okay. But that's not what you have, and that's not what you're going for, because you already have a player who can do similar things like a Kimmich, who is good in terms of that. So your main goal right now is you need a DM, you need somebody who can get you stuff off the ball and this other stuff. So yeah.
So
Yeah, but I do think we need someone that can be press resistant still.
Yeah.
right. So
Speaking of Pap Guy, Guy.
So would Pap Guy be the? Do you view Kimmich as the starter next to Pap Guy or next to Pavlovich?
I think
I
Kimmich is
don't-
the experience.
Huh? Say that again?
I said Kimmich on the base of the experience that he possesses.
I think
So
I
you
do
would
think
want to see
Pavlovich.
Pap
I
Guy-
rate Pavlovich more.
You know Pap Guy, right, from Senegal, right, Zir? Senegalese midfielder.
Oh yeah, the guy. Yeah, he scored in the AFCON final.
Yes.
brilliant player.
Brilliant play. He had a great tournament. Absolutely phenomenal tournament. And with Villarreal this year, he was exceptional. And I've liked him for years. In Marseille, he was good.
Him and Boubacar Kamara came out at the same time from Marseille's academy.
Yes. The Marseille
Um,
Academy don't produce too much.
So that was like their best set of midfielders, and they sold them for pennies, both.
Yeah.
One went on a free, the other one went for like 10, 15 million. So
How much do you think Villarreal would accept for Pap Guy?
his release clause is 45.
Million euros?
45. I'd snap, bro. I'd snap him.
Yeah. And he's 27, right?
26. No, is he sold?
But wait, is he all rounded, pub guy? That's the question.
Yeah, he's 27. Yeah,
Yes.
he can do everything that you want. He is very good technically.
Let me
He's
pull up
very
the
strong.
Senegal
He's fast.
11.
Not. He has a good awareness
he
around him.
did play good in that final. I do remember.
And that goal that he scored in that final is not an anomaly. He does score those kind of goals a lot. If you give him even kind of a bit of space around, like at the edge of the box, he'll take that shot, and he'll probably score it for you. So
this is It was Idrissa Gueye. Pap
oh wow, they have the fake score on top there, boy. Now look at that.
That's actually crazy. Another funny part is Lamine Camara would actually be a good signing as well, to be honest.
Oh, I would have. Yo, yeah. Oh yeah. That's looking like a Newcastle one though. Yeah, Lamine Camara, I would have taken a Bayern or beat.
By the way, you know who's a good option for Bayern if they're smart, if they're very smart. It won't be that easy. El Ainawi, since we talk about after AFCON.
Yes, El Ainawi and Kone from Roma.
Bro, El Ainawi, you want him on the wing, can play on the wing. You want him in the midfield, he can play in the midfield.
That's versatility is great. Jez, who do you think Bayern should be looking at for midfielders? You got any suggestions?
I think it depends on who I think it depends on who starts in midfield next to the new signing. Like, if is it Blahovic, is it Kimmich who's gonna play midfield? I think
Kimmich is gonna be favored. Let's be honest.
he will 100% be favored. But this is my question: are you guys then gonna go and chase after? Are you guys gonna chase after somebody who's then gonna be a starter as well? Then? Because I do think you guys want to prioritize Blahovic as well, getting their game time. So that makes it a bit harder for me to think.
Who?
Okay,
Pavlovich.
Blahovic. Sorry. My
I
bad.
swear to God, by the way, if we sign Vlahovic, I'm gonna fucking lose it.
No,
Yeah, but you don't take him as the backup. This is the thing. I'm looking at my.
Oh, I
backup.
wouldn't.
No.
way.
What, Syria? Trust me, no.
Nah, the guy. And I mean, shit, he got all the allegations to deal with first and foremost before he can go to any club.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Nah, he has to deal. Matthias Fernandes would be actually a decent option as well.
Yeah, but
considering
he's
that
for like
he's going
100.
Man United, so I don't see that.
He's going for like
I
100
mean-
million. He's going for stupid money.
I mean, considering West Ham got relegated, you could probably get him for a good price though. You could if you say like 45 to 50.
Yeah, West Ham are incompetent too, so like they would definitely
Yeah.
sell cheaper.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, but my question is more so: is this going to be a spot depth signing for the midfield?
Sporting Academy's been producing way more hits than misses recently. To be
I would
honest.
say
I
it
kinda
would make
trust
more
it.
sense to hit a release clause of Pap Guy than it does to put down 55 for.
Yeah. I think Mateus Fernandes has, like, if he realizes his potential, he'll be better than Pop Gay, let's say.
Maybe.
But I think Pop Gay's floor is so high, and like he'll just be consistently good, that like it's kind of work. He's got the physical attributes.
Can I say something? I like Pavlovic, but I think it frustrates me a lot of times. Like, he's what, 22, 20, 21, 22? I don't know.
I think
he's very young. He's very young.
He's young.
Yeah, I think he just turned I think he's like 20-ish. I could be wrong.
So he's young and he has a lot of good traits. It's just some parts of him frustrate me. And I think that I hope that it does get ironed out in terms of his defensive awareness. When I was looking at Bayern,
it's not an athletic issue you have with them.
Not 100%, but it's like it's more so the awareness.
I think he lacks focus.
Yeah, that's not that's not an issue I like in midfield. I don't really like. There's two places I hate it in, which is centre back and midfield. I can ignore some issues with
and goalkeeper. You don't want a goalkeeper.
Oh well, okay. Let's see three.
Because then you have Riddle and Ramsdale.
It doesn't matter with a fullback. It doesn't really matter as much.
Bro. You see how Neuer been moving half of this season?
Yeah. Someone needs to give him some Adderall, bro. But anyway,
this guy plays with arrogance and at times no care, bro. I swear down.
When I look at Pavlovic in terms of the off the ball stuff, in terms of do you catch a player, do you these other things, it's like I look, he's young enough that he can iron this out.
Yeah,
this is good.
I like that. I like that a lot.
That's brilliant. Sorry.
So he's young enough that he can iron this out, but I think he should not have to be forced to start in this. Like, he's getting the experience that he needs, and you still need somebody who can give you guarantees. We call it. I think if you need to go for another young potential player, I think Manzambi is also somebody we were talking about him before.
I rate him so highly. I'd snatch him from Freiburg ASAP.
Is it like a release clause? Like what is the price for him? Actually, I haven't seen.
I haven't seen anything either, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay, then let me ask you guys then the question then. Do you think Bayern for the midfield have to chase somebody with a high, like maybe the ceiling isn't anymore as high, but they're gonna 100% guarantee you the high floor?
Like a Pop Gay, or like even a Granit Xhaka, to be honest.
Yes.
Yes. Xhaka is too old.
No, but I feel like we're missing.
No, but I'm saying like
somebody like that. Yeah.
Leverkusen Xhaka. Yeah. Bro, he did his job at a very high level.
Yeah. Yeah. Or do you guys want to get somebody who is somebody maybe has a lower floor, but you know the ceiling is going to be much higher than what Puppet Gay's.
Like Gilberto Moura?
Yeah.
No, somebody that's on a high level ASAP, bro.
Okay, so you want somebody who has the high floor already, right? But even if it's not as high. All right, fair enough. Yeah, because I'm just asking because I'm not sure where, like, how desperately Bayern need a midfield. So yeah, I'm just asking the question. Oh, good.
No, well, we need
50K. Mark volume was at the time, yeah.
Yeah,
no, it's 50. No, it's 50 mil. This whole quick prices ago.
Yeah. Market value is one of those things that's very arbitrary because when you look at there's several players who have like I like Arda Güler. I've always liked Arda Güler. Arda Güler's market value eludes my brain. Like I'm confused as to where it's coming from. I repeat, I like Arda Güler. I think he's a very good player. He's close to 100 million. He does not play like a player who's close to 100 million.
Really?
No, he doesn't.
Nah, Steve. I'm saying
100 million is a difference maker. It's supposed to be anyway.
I'm talking. If I'm spending 100 mil, I want somebody in who I know week in week out. I'm getting a consistent level of performance on a high level.
I know it didn't work out for Barca,
so an
but
Elise.
yeah,
Yeah. Like don't
I
get twisted. Adegula is like super talented, right? But let's be calm, sit here and say that he's like marked consistent and does it on the same level each week.
the market prices for these things has gone so awry because the conversation shouldn't like you could even argue right now that Ulisse for 100 million is probably not probably it is too little of funds for what he is, and it's
yeah.
That's insane to me because 100 million should have already been, that's his, like
if we
5-10 years ago
to Real Madrid for only 100 million, I'd be fuming.
That's what I mean.
Especially after his performance at Bayern.
Be losing my shit. Like, what
and
are
it's
you
like
doing?
that's the marketplace now. It's like the amount of money being shared around because 5-10 years ago, if you sold Elise for 100 million, it'd be like, well, I did really like him, but that's 100 million.
It goes back to this, the Diamond thing.
I mean, Leipzig have been very much a part of this bullshit, right? Where they like to jack up prices. Šeško went for like 90 million. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like, I would never pay over 50 for Šeško. And
I've never rated Šeško anyway.
Yeah,
I like
but you see,
he's a comps player, bro. He's a comps player.
Yeah.
Bro, do you know what? I'll be honest with him.
He is. He's a comps player, 100%.
Bro, no, yeah, I hear that. But my thing with Šeško, why I will never rate him, because I look at strikers differently to footballers. Like, I look at strikers. Can you score? Literally.
Yes.
An Icardi versus a Morata. Icardi can score. Morata can play football.
Icardi brings too much bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. If that's the case,
I'm talking. He does bring bullshit. You're right, but I'm just saying as just players. All right, fuck it. Replace.
It's a good comparison because Morata is a good player, but he is not a starting player because off the pitch he has confidence issues, right?
Yeah.
Halfway into the season with us, with Griezmann and Morata were the only pair that was close in terms of goals scored in Europe was literally Kane in Bayern, right? With who was it? I don't KSI from Walmart.
That's harsh, yo.
Jesus.
Someone on Syria Twitter called Yan Diamande a regen of Jonathan Biabani. I was like,
damn. So Morata has the level when with the right confidence, with the right things, you can get all of the benefits of Morata. And he is a very good footballer, but he is not a good finisher. That's been true of his entire career.
Yeah.
Regardless of Simeone and everything. So if you were to be serious, it'd be like, look, it had to be Icardi. Like 9 times out of 10, teams will choose Icardi because he gets you to
his finishing is on point most of the fucking time.
Yeah. Maybe more than that.
For me, the football, like for a striker, should be the bonus to the goal scoring. I'm not lying.
I hear it.
Yeah, so we can move into the second striker convo because that's what me and Keeks are. Well, we need. Factually, we need one because Jackson's gone.
Jackson's gone back here.
So we need a backup striker to Kane. So who he said? Mine is Schick.
If we can get Schick, then
forget
what I said earlier. Yeah, if we can get Schick,
that's the dream.
That's the big dream. But how much
Leverkusen get rid of somebody like Schick that's the
how much do you want? And how much do you want also? How much do Bayern also commit for a backup as well? That's another question.
I think it would be worth the thing because
the follow up.
I still want to see Kane play as a 10 as a.
At times he can, but we can't do that all the time, Steve. We cannot do that all the time.
Yeah.
Boy, apparently we're linked with.
Give us different looks in certain games, though. I think it's important.
Yeah. Would you take Krupp? Apparently he's a striker, right?
Yes. I think the price tag is insane, but like that kid's going to be a superstar. That's the trajectory.
I would say
maybe we get him, man.
The question is like,
because
okay,
the PSG were finished, by the way. Imagine he does the PSG.
I don't think Krupp works in a PSG, to be honest with you. The way that their front line looks, I don't think a nine necessarily functions particularly well.
You
in
don't
that,
think
in that system.
Krupi has that like free roam thing in his game? You think he's more?
No, Krupi is a second striker at times for sure. It's just, I think the demands are not small. Kvaratskhelia going between right wing to to the center forward to
Yeah,
left
they
wing.
free roam too much. That's the problem. They free
Yeah,
roam.
that's not a small level. You have to be really good to do that. Like a really good.
Yeah, like to be fair, like I think Keeks mentioned about the fullbacks with PSG. Like their fullbacks allow PSG to free roam too much.
Mhm.
They do. So yeah,
This-
I kind of hear it.
I don't know how to break it down. Can Gordon dribble?
Hey, this
No,
is
no,
where we
No
this
comment.
is
I'll let you, Yusuf. I'll let you find out for yourself.
this
Okay?
is where you need the I shall speak meme where you know when he's trying to not to laugh, you know, like, but you know when the kid when the background says I'm kind of hopeless.
Yo, Steve, you know that.
This is like if someone asked
you.
This is like if someone asked me, "Yo, is Goretzka a good squad player?"
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh.
No. The real comparison is Goretzka press resistant. That's this.
Yeah.
Oh, motherfucker! Don't even put that.
No, it's because it's the same shit.
I know it's the same concept, but I just didn't want to hear that. Oh my god! You're not
No,
wrong.
I
I
can't
don't
lie.
want to hear that.
I
Yeah.
thought this shit is current. This shit is that, yo.
But if you look for a striker, I think it's, do you get somebody who's a guarantee like a Schick who can get you goals, or do you get somebody who is potential because you don't know how long his Kane is going to stay, if he's going to extend. He's probably going to extend, to be honest with you.
Right.
But a long-term target in the way that Tell was supposed to be for you, that it didn't really quite work out. But is that the solution? So it's like I have ideas.
Who do you have, Keeks, as your
the one on your team, Ultimata?
Okay. So how much do you think Newcastle would want for Voltamada, realistically speaking?
Before that Anthony Gordon deal, I would have told you a different number. I can't tell you what the number is now. Newcastle know how to face money.
You know what? I think they would ask. I think they would ask for the same money they paid for, you know.
Which is too much.
And exactly that's the problem.
They overpaid by at least 45, if not like 60 million.
It was a lot of. It was crazy amount of money, honestly. Crazy.
So, I before the Anthony Gordon deal, I was like, oh, you could get it for like a low and maybe like 65, because I'm like, oh well, his value is depreciated. And then I saw you sold one of the worst players in the league for 85, so I don't know how to feel anymore.
Yeah. So currently, right now, Voltamata transfer market is saying 65 million euros.
Right.
But that's the problem. You know how this is
and we also need to keep this in mind as well. The whole reason why we got fucking Voltamata was because Bayern did not want to pay anything over 55 million euros.
Was it 55? I thought it was like 30.
It was something. Yeah, like they gave Bayern a number of what they were willing to pay.
Stuttgart.
Yes, and if Stuttgart wasn't willing to accept that, they wasn't going to go a bid for him. That will happen.
It was 20 million short.
Yes, like Bayern was very adamant of not wanting to pay big, and I think this is what similar is going to happen again. So if they're going to go into a backup, it's not going to be anything expensive.
If that is the case, there are other. The other thing is also, what is the profile of the striker that you're trying to get, right? So
that's another question as well.
With Jackson is a player who is better when when you have to rely heavily on him in terms of, can he create, can he have you back against, like, the reason why he fails in this system is he needs to be in places and he doesn't need to be being pulled out on these other stuff. He needs to be in the right place at the right time. That's all he needs to do and finish. And that's like his weakest trait, which is not a good idea for a striker, which is they can't necessarily score goals. But it's like, okay, there's two players, obviously, I like in La Liga, which is Alvaro Fernandez and Etta Young. They are
Etta Young, I would love that at Bayern.
These players are similar to, for instance, Kofane in terms of profile. strong, big, can do a lot off the ball. We call it. They couldn't link up, decent finishers, but they're young and there's somebody that needs to they grow into the position, and they're both very cheap. Does that make sense for you in terms of like, is that what you're going for? But it's like the other version is if you want somebody right now and somebody who is inexpensive, somebody like maybe an Igor Jesus is the idea, right? You know, like somebody who can kind of just score what you need to off the bench, and that's it. You don't need too much out of him. He wouldn't cost too much money.
Bayern go all out for fucking Endrick.
I mean, Endrick is somebody you eventually start. I don't think Endrick makes sense if you have Kane.
Yeah.
How
By
many
the
years
way-
do you guys think Kane has left at Bayern? Not
3.
how many
3 minimum.
good years or whatever, but how is there 2 seasons left of Kane?
I think 3 minimum personally. I think he's done.
I think 3 to 4 years.
I can't even lie. I low key think too, just because I do think he's gonna try go back to England, and trying to break the stupid record in it. So I
don't think he cares.
Yeah, I think he's.
I actually low key think he does. I think it hates.
You don't
I
think
he
winning?
hates you.
You don't think winning has changed him like that? Where it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's what I'm saying. I
See,
think he cares
see-
about Bayern. In the end, he'll do it.
See, I do agree with you. Like the winning, that's why he was willing to leave, right? Because he wanted to win. But I feel like that record is still in his mind. I don't know how much. I don't know how much it is on his mind, but I generally do believe it's still in his mind. I'm not even
How
saying
far is he from the record?
not that far. He's actually not that far off. If he would have stayed with us, I think he could have had it in like 3 seasons.
3 seasons? Nah, he's staying at Bayern though. Like once you make that move, I think you.
So Alan Shearer is on. I want to say Alan Shearer is on 265 goals. Yeah.
Hold on, let me check all time.
Isn't it 266?
I'm checking it right now. Anyways,
I
don't
thought
worry
it was
about it.
260.
Okay.
So
And Kane has
Shearer's
how
on
many?
260.
hold on. Let me look for this. So Kane is on 213. And Shearer's on 260.
So that's 47.
If
47.
he was insane, he could do it in 1 season. I'm joking, but like, as Suarez kind of finished. Suarez with the 60 goals in a season.
I think it would. I think the context would matter. Like, who would he join if he would go back to England, right? Because you will have to play for a top team in order to put up the 20 goal seasons, right?
I don't think there's any top team that would make sense.
And that's the problem as well. So maybe
big
he does
ups, Luke.
decide, maybe he does decide to retire at Bayern. Who knows? Because he is at the age now as well.
I think I'll say
so
this
you guys
really.
think so? So wait. I said, I think he has how many years left does Kane have with us? I think he's gonna stay for. How old is he again? 34, right?
34.
32.
34.
He's
34. He's 34.
Harry.
Yeah.
32. No, he's
No, he's
32.
32. I don't remember him being 32.
Wait, 32. Yeah.
And his contract ends next year.
I think they're in contract talks, and I don't see him leaving personally.
I think he has 3 years left here.
Personally,
I'll
yeah,
go
that makes
3.
sense.
Jez, you're going 2.
Yeah, I'll go 2.
I'll go crazy. I'll go 4
2.
years. I'll go 4 years.
Dia's going 4. And Keeks, how many?
I think 3. I think at least
3. So 3, 3, 4, 2. So the average of that is about 3.
Yes.
About. So if we all roughly think Kane's got 3 seasons left in him,
Mhm.
do you get his successor right now? So do you buy Endrick, who is how old? 20, I think.
Endrick can't make. Endrick is on that level where you have to start giving him minutes to really start exploding.
And that's fine because we can kind of do that.
Yeah, we just rotate.
you
Kane plays in the 10, and we've seen that with Jackson anyway.
You do that, but you're
Gordon,
gonna sack.
That's also the stupid idea Barcelona have for some fucking reason.
But aren't you
They're
going
gonna
to
play Gordon as a striker and a left winger, and they could put Rafinha in the 10 and all this stupid shit.
Isn't that going to like take away time from Musiala then? Like,
Yeah, but the problem here's the thing with Jamal Musiala, okay? Like, I think with Jamal Musiala,
He's not
obviously
been the same since the injury, dude.
Yeah, like I'm not saying get rid of him. Obviously, that's dumb.
I'm not either.
But what I'm saying is we need to manage his minutes better than we already are.
Yes.
That this is the thing we need to keep in mind. So, listen, even if there is no Musiala, I know Steve's not gonna like what I'm about to say here, but in the system that company coaches, Nabry has been actually very useful.
Yeah. No. I agree with that, and I think Nabry is like a better version of what, or an equal. Let's be nice and say he's an equal version of what Ferran Torres did for Barca. Like, he'll get you a bunch of goals.
Ferran is a bum though.
Bench.
Like, sorry, let me
but
not.
Nabry's
Sorry.
been
I
a
take that back. Ferran is
Nabry
a
has had some
poacher.
bum seasons for us.
Wait, who? Torres?
Yeah.
I think Nabry's better than Torres.
Yeah.
I think so too. I'm also saying Ferran Torres is a poacher and a good poacher. He has 20 goals this season. I think 20 goals this season, 19 last season. He's been good for Barcelona in all competitions. Would I say his overall play is bad? Nabry used to be insane overall play, and he used to get you the goals.
But as a starter, keep in mind.
Right.
As a starter,
that is no longer the case, but he'll still get you something.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm. Yeah.
I don't mind him. It's just,
bro. In my opinion, I think Nabry, the reason why he has benefited in this company system is because Harry Kane, the way he plays his football. So if
here are the attackers. Here are the attackers we got. Obviously, ignore fucking Jackson. But here
like Police Diaz, like if you had, for example, Lewandowski still at Bayern when you have Nabry playing the 10, it doesn't
matter. We'll talk Barcola in a minute, by the way.
That it wouldn't, but because you have Harry Kane dropping deep in that, sometimes Nabry occupies his position.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the thing. Or maybe you see like Diaz occupy the middle and you see Nabry occupy.
I'm surprised they have Carl as an attacking midfielder.
He's all right.
Yeah, because he can play in the 10. Yeah. He can play in the 10 on the right.
Has he started a game for us? Is it in the 10?
I think he has, but not many.
Okay. No, Elise has had a few.
Hey, just a random thought, by the way. I know Camavinga is leaving. Would you be interested in Camavinga? He's expensive and he's versatile because he can play on his position. But would you be interested in Camavinga?
Low-key?
Yeah.
Low-key, I think he can revive his career at Bayern.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that would be a great fucking
because he's still 23, like 23.
Yeah,
like
people acting like he's like 27 and like washed.
Bro, he could join our Bro, he could join our team. By the way, I would not be shocked if, let's say, Camavinga was fully fit, joined our team, and literally took starting position of Pavlo.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think Camavinga at his best next to a Kimmich offers a lot that Pavlovic doesn't have at this moment.
Or they both play together when, obviously, because by the way, Kimmich could do with rest as well in some league games. So, like,
yeah, of course.
You can play Pavlo and, like, this is not me. I personally rather a Pavlovic over all round than Kimmich. Just obviously Kimmich is gonna start because managers trust him more since he has more experience, with the previous teams that we've had.
We have 3 senior midfielders at the fucking club right now, by the way.
3. Yeah, somebody's gonna come in.
No, that's not even.
It's 2.
No, we have Tom Bishop, but he's.
Promising.
it would. Technically, it's free if you include Bishop, right? But you can see it's not currently as trusted. So you definitely need at least one more in again.
I like what Njai offered, by the way, Zier. The Njai.
He's for me a 10 more than he is an 8, bro. I never understood.
I like him though. I like him.
Yeah, but there was a game. I think his first game he played in the 10. I think. He looked much better than when he was moved to an 8. I don't know why company moved him to an 8 because what he's good at is he's good at creating chances, taking on his man, all that stuff. That's not really like I don't see what he possesses defensively, basically. You know, like
besides athleticism, he does have that in Jack.
To be fair, if I'm not mistaken, at Hoffman he did play the 8 role, so I do kind of understand why.
Bischoff.
Yeah, Bishop. Like I'm pretty sure he played in the 8 role, so I can maybe understand why. Maybe it's an adjustment period because you shouldn't underestimate how much of a jump it is from Hoffman to Bayern in the end of the day.
Oh, Bishop has been amazing for us, bro.
Yeah. I've loved it.
No, because I rate Bishop. I rate Bishop.
Yes.
Now Bishop has been even at left back. By the way, there were times fans were like, "No, don't play him left." Bro, sometimes playing him left back actually helped us because of his crossing ability.
Yeah.
You know,
Dog, you'll need to control yourself with money. Look, there are people out there dying. You need to understand.
To be fair, if Gordon's worth 80, and if Barcola had shooting accuracy, Barcola is.
But let's be honest, that alone.
Obviously,
you have to respect the fact that sometimes people will put down a lot of money on a bad player and just move on. Please don't let it affect the transfer market. Let us just move on, please.
Yeah. Do you like the idea of Barcola? For me, no, because of the price. No. There's just other players I'd rather.
Bro, put it this way: if Barcola played more minutes at PSG would be kind of fucked.
Yeah.
I still like him.
I still like Barcola, but like I think he's just always gonna be hella frustrating.
I think he'll fix it.
Decision making and the.
I think he'll fix it.
Well, for me, I look at Barcola how I look at what's his name, Doku. It's just balls like I don't know. They just dribble fine, but not much purpose.
Doku's more what?
He's way more wasteful. Because Doku beats his man fairly often, and then he'll do nothing with that ball after. Or he'll make the wrong pass because he didn't see the play fast enough.
Yes.
It's not he's like if there was in terms of Madueke is he'll beat a man and do nothing. Doku is he'll make the wrong choice, but he'll see the play. And then Barcola is he'll usually make the right choice. He just doesn't have the right execution.
Yeah.
Is in that sense.
Barcola is much more trigger happy shooting wise than Doku as well.
Yes.
Barcola loves shoot. His first instinct is a shoot first winger.
Yes. And he's a very good 2-footed winger as well. I just wish he was a little better in that regard.
Yeah. And I'm not convinced
change his hairstyle too.
He's selling. I'm not convinced they do that yet.
But yeah. I don't think they will.
So who did we end up going with for the striker?
I heard you guys talk about
future striker. I'm going. I'm going.
You know what? I'm not gonna tell you a striker because obviously I'm not necessarily aware of the backup strikers you guys can go for, but I do think you should be looking at the understudy to King, like that type of profile, right? And to be fair, I would even look at somebody that had is not as similar as King, but can still do similar things such as dropping deep, such as connecting the play, but also has a goal scoring potential.
Endrick could do that.
Endrick could, but do you think Madrid would pay let you have him for like a low fee?
No.
And also he's gonna be obviously he will still get minutes at Bayern, but he's not gonna get those minutes like he was getting at Lyon, for example.
By the way, I'm just gonna quickly
on the wing or something.
But then do you have Olise on the ring though? That's the thing.
You play him in the 10.
This
is the kind of depth that PSG have. It's somewhat.
Oh yeah, no, but they do. But then at the same time, they didn't. Like, who's the most expensive attacker in the whole attack though? They didn't spend. They spent
the most on Dembele. No way. No. If we're counting Colomwani and Ramos.
Okay, but we're talking about this core and PSG attack, and obviously, if you want to include Ramos, because Ramos is part of the attack, right? But if you talk about the guys who were generally involved, a lot of these guys, yes, they got sport and they got not only the quality in numbers but also the depth in numbers, but they didn't spend high amounts for each of them as individuals. And if you talk about Endrick, how much do you think Madrid would be asking for Endrick? They're definitely asking at least 70.
Oh, I know they're not going to give us.
Yeah. So
They're not going to give an Ender for 20 million. I'm not saying that. It would be 100 probably.
That's why I was like
80, 90. It would be something crazy.
And that's why I say like that's why I'm thinking to myself, Bayern
wouldn't tell you.
Think outside. That's also another thing, right? And I feel like Bayern should be thinking outside the box. Maybe think, okay, who's in this 35 to 50 million, where we think this is a good player already from the floor perspective where they're currently at, but we know the ceiling can be much higher in the future. I think this is what Bayern should be looking at, to be honest. But I don't know. It's difficult. With a backup, it's difficult because I remember the whole thing with when Kane was at Spurs. I remember players were not willing to come to Spurs to be backup to Kane. That was the problem because everybody knows he's gonna be playing out there regardless of what's happening.
Yeah. You know what? Then I'll stick with Schick. You know, I genuinely think, bro, if Uli Hoeneß had a fucking brain, right, and he called up Leverkusen and Schick's agent tomorrow and was like, "Hey, we'll pay you 50 million for Schick. We'll give you 50 million, Schick. We'll give you your wages and maybe 50,000 more than you make. Like we'll give you the proper salary increase. We'll give you the price you want for Schick. We'll buy him tomorrow." I think that would happen. I think Schick would do it. I think Leverkusen would be like, all right, if we get really good money for a 29-year-old.
I disagree. Leverkusen don't like selling to us. That's the only reason why I disagree.
True. Yeah, because they held out on the Wirtz thing.
Bro, Fernando Caro literally wants to make our lives living hell, even though he's failing. Yeah, no, it's not gonna work, bro. But I'm gonna be honest.
Find a backup striker then, unless we use someone from the academy.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest. This is how I think. If Jackson worked out, then surely somebody at a similar level could, or like a bit better, can do it. And I don't rate Jackson. I'm gonna be so fucking
not at all. Yeah.
Right. So I don't rate Jackson, but him being backup was okay. Right. For like what we rate him to be. That's why I was opposing, and on top of the fact that he's on a free Vlahovic, just because he's on a free, better slightly than Jackson, and we have Harry Kane. That's my thought.
The thing is, Vlahovic I don't think he would accept being a bench player.
Oh yeah, that's the case, and nah, he can.
He's one of those footballers that thinks he is better than he actually is.
Oh yeah, he got an insane ego.
If he has an insane ego, then that's something new to me. Yeah,
actually, quick question: would you take Mateta as backup?
Oh my God!
Yes. Yeah. Hand me him over. Yeah.
I'm thinking about because this contract.
Yo, if we transfer the pro, we can do that with Mateta too.
Yeah, because he got a year left. Because contract runs out next summer.
Oh,
he was good at Mainz. He was good at Mainz before he went to Crystal Palace. He was at Mainz all those years ago.
And by the way, Mateta, he's very good in the air.
Yes.
Yeah, he's very, very good at in the air.
He's very good at a lot of things.
Imagine if Kim
much money?
Like we needed somebody to score last minute goal hypothetically, and this guy is there. I can trust him to score. Yeah.
When it comes to the money,
final already, he scored in a conference final, so that's already something.
I mean, if you talk, from Crystal Palace, because the money, I don't think money will necessarily be an issue because, like I said, contract runs out in 2027. So you think to yourself, is Palace willing to say, you know what, we get 30, 35 for Mateta with a year left? I think they would consider it.
I think,
I think he's also a bit different. I think he's also a bit different from Kane as well, right? So if you need something in the game that is a bit of an impact player, well, and they bring something else to the game, I think Mateta would be the type of player I think would be a good choice. And
he offers a new dynamic.
Well, yes, by the way, you can play them both together because Kane on the ball could literally provide for him.
Yeah,
they could play together, and he's actually not that old actually.
What are you saying, Keeks? Mateta?
I don't know. I think he's a good overall centre forward. It's just in a game like In a game against, like in that PSG game, let's say Kane is injured. Does Mateta take you over the line?
Yeah, but I personally think there was more than just Kane, though.
No, I don't. I don't disagree with that, which is why we have a new discussion with the overall squad, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
I,
But you have
I'm just
Mateta
saying
there,
that.
and now the midfield and like the way guys can actually cross the ball to him more. They'll want to try to actually be more involved in the box.
I suppose.
I think he,
Um,
I think he increases our chances. I think he increases our chances of
I think
getting
Yeah, because he'd be in
Okay.
the box more than Harry Kane was in that game.
I don't like cross and inshallah as a tactic personally, but if it works for you, it works for you. You feel me?
I think the thing
Well, the way
for
we
me,
play our football, sometimes you need it though. I'm not gonna like it.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we play our football, the way we pass around sideways and stuff, the cross inshallah stuff, sometimes it works once out of a gazillion times, and that's what we might have need. You know what I mean?
yeah. Like I feel
Especially
like
if you have good delivery.
I think the issue is I feel like whoever you bring in as a backup is always going to be very underwhelming compared to Kane. That's the thing. So obviously you want to get still the best backup possible, but considering what Kane brings to the team, it will always be an insane gap. So I feel like it wouldn't hurt to take a risk. I wouldn't say it wouldn't hurt to go and try out Mateta, sign him on like a 3-year deal, 4-year deal, and see what he can do.
Maybe we need to go down the route of what Man City did with Alvarez. You buy a very promising kid. He's the backup to Kane. Okay, fine. Pep played him as like a midfielder.
I mean, you
sometimes.
had a guy, right? Like
Yeah, we
had
were
Bell.
looking at that guy from Brazil, Ryan.
Yeah, I would have
You
been.
can't get him now, but
Yeah,
you could have.
I don't know where he is now, but I was saying we
Bournemouth.
were. Bournemouth, yeah. You know what's funny? You know what's funny? You know what's funny about
You know what?
that?
At this point, go for Krupi because I think Krupi could be. I think you could play him as a 9.
I think you know what's funny part is because I think because I agree with what Sel said earlier. I think he's more of a second striker, but if you want somebody to help him develop into a 9, I think Kane would be a very good player just to learn off.
Yeah, I think Krupi showed more than enough. I mean, the finishing and the technical ability of Krupi is fucking. It was good in Ligue 2 when I watched him, and I was like very excited to see how he do at Bournemouth. Like he's getting better. Getting better.
Yeah.
Like there's clear signs of progression. Like he's incredible, man. I fucks with
I think we've covered most of the options, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but what's your option? I'm gonna go. Fuck it. I'm gonna go Krupi. I'm gonna have some ambition.
You know what? I want. You know what? From what I saw against Man City, and that's the only game I saw good signs of him. So I'll take it.
Keeks, backup striker, pick for Bayern. What you got?
I have an unreasonable faith in Uruguayan, so I'm going to go Alvaro.
You got Alvaro Rodriguez from Elche.
Yeah, Alvaro Rodriguez. He's a young boy. He's a young boy.
Yeah.
I actually don't know him at all, so I cannot judge.
You don't need to. He's from the Real Academy. Like he's in Elche right now.
Oh, yeah. I think I know who he's talking about. Yeah.
Real Madrid Academy produces more footballers than any other academy in Europe.
I guess.
Wait, who?
Across all European leagues, like even like Moldova and shit like that. Like there's more Real Madrid. There's more Real Madrid Castilla graduates than any other kind of player.
I thought that would have been maybe Ajax or La Masia.
I was surprised.
Real Madrid do this thing, right? But if you can at least make it to the Castilla team, which is the B team, you have already almost guaranteed your chances of making at least the second division in most of the top 5 European teams. You can get a second we call it a Segunda team in Spain easily after leaving Castilla. You can go to Portugal first division. You can go to Germany first division. Like which we see with Kema Andres, we even was a Serie A in Como.
Kema Andres is my midfielder that I'm picking.
They give guarantees when it comes to a lot of these youngsters in terms of if you get to this point, you will become a professional footballer. That I can promise you. Maybe not for Real Madrid, but you can become a professional footballer.
Which is the goal. Which is the goal at the end of the day, right? Like,
Which is the goal, right? So that's
Yes.
why they keep on getting so many talents, because if you can guarantee professional football, then great. If I'm good enough, maybe I'll get to play Real Madrid, but more than likely, it's just, you know.
More than likely, it's the start of your like journey,
So-
not the
Yeah.
not the place where you're gonna settle and be a Real Madrid player.
So,
By the way, quick question.
Hey,
on,
hold
the
on.
midfield,
Hey.
on the midfield, quick question. What do you think Aseko can prove himself in preseason? Midfield.
Who?
Aseko from Hanover. He's our player, but he was on loan to Hanover.
I didn't watch
What
too
about,
much Hanover this year, you know.
what about Javi Fernandez, who was in Nuremberg?
Oh, I like Javier Fernandez. I even like Chavez as a potential 10 as well. But I think we have some good players. So even that Cardozo kid wing. That Cardozo kid, you know what?
Yeah.
I would not be upset. Let's say now I'm thinking about it. If let's say we went for Krupi, right? And then that's him basically being striker / left winger. And then we see what that Cardozo can do, for example. You know?
No, we also have Kusi Asare, who went on fucking loan
Which
to Fulham.
Cardozo was this?
Yeah, but Kusi Asare is a weird one because he looked promising in preseason, in my opinion, and then I don't know what we should have go to Fulham. Leeds, was it? Was it Leeds? Fulham, one of the two clubs. I don't remember.
We mentioned Guardiola, but Guardiola's probably not leaving. He has like 2 years left on his contract.
I'd rather take Lacroix. I'd rather take
Lacroix
Lacroix for 50 million euros than Vardiol for what?
Bro, yeah, Lacroix has to be one of the options.
I don't even think. I just price wise. I don't think Vardiol is double the player of Lacroix. I don't. So I'm not going to pay double the money for him.
This is what happens at the higher level, right? Like if let's say we call it was a decent left center back. The guy in Porto.
A decent left center back. The brother at Levante, Matias Moreno.
Yeah, he's okay, right? And then each time that you get slightly better and better and better as a center back, they're going to ask for a lot more money. Like Guardiola is among the best of the best in terms of center backs. Is he worth the money to put down the money for right now? Most likely in most teams, no, he isn't. That doesn't mean that he's not a really good player. It just means that
just not
like, exponentially it gets higher and higher and higher. Like you can't buy Kane at like full value right now.
No.
Like that's just not a reality. Like he scored what, like 50 something goals or something. I don't know. You can't buy him. It's the same with Haaland. You can't buy him. It's too much money. It's not worth
it. It took Kane to run this contract down to like a year left to even get it to 100 mil.
Yeah. So
Kurtz as well.
We mentioned Goods. Yeah.
Yeah, but left winger. If I had to pick one choice, it's him. Easy.
Yeah. Krupi, and the thing is, Krupi can also do left wing. That's why I went with Krupi over Hutz ultimately, because number one, I do think Krupi's going to be that guy. And also Diaz. Diaz is also, how old is fucking Diaz? He's 29.
29 now.
And a lot of his game relies on pace.
Yeah.
So he might only have 2 or 3 years left. Krupi's fucking 19.
I have a shout here. But I don't think you're gonna like it, man. What are you saying about what are you saying about Richarlison?
I knew you were gonna say.
No, that's a piss take. No, you're not even serious.
I'll just buy.
He said Richarlison. Yeah, this is a Tottenham fans.
The goat. Hold on.
Hey, I'm just saying. Hey, R9 right there. Like,
no, brother, you enjoy R9. You enjoy R9. No.
He has a clutchness about him
that's the funny part, right? Like, if Charles was actually healthy, if he was actually healthy as a backup field, a lot of big clubs, I would actually see it happening. You know,
he is good.
By the way, I'm not gonna lie. If I needed a striker off you, bro, I'll go at Dortmund and take Guirassy, blood. That's what I'll do. Yeah,
I think he's leaving. I think he's leaving this summer, to be honest.
He's leaving. I know. That's why I take him on a free, blood. Listen, he's on a free. Yeah.
I think he has a year. I'm pretty sure he has a year left.
He has a year left. Oh shit!
Yeah, but I've seen rumors that teams are interested. I don't think he's gonna stay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To be
definitely
honest,
take
if he go, I think he should go to a team in which he would start in. So it doesn't make sense to join us because he's good. I think he's good enough
Yeah.
to start.
Right.
Actually, tell her yes, he has 2 years left. I'm surprised, but I still think he's gonna leave though.
But why aren't
Yeah.
you keeping him? I'm confused. Why aren't you mind
Nah,
keeping him?
I think it's also
he's
just
trying to,
on
yeah.
his. I think it's his
No,
side also who wants to.
the purpose of this panel is not, just to clarify, is not to say this is what they should sign. This is what we have decided that would make sense to help
Yeah.
Bayern. We know for a fact that
Yeah.
none of this shit will happen.
Yeah, Bayern gonna what they gonna do?
Bro,
Here's what we're gonna
and by the
do
way,
for our
there's certain things I've
signings.
learned for when I speak to my audience as well, which is a good thing.
Here's what we're gonna do for our signings. Okay, we're probably gonna sign Reed. We're gonna sign.
I think City will get him, by the way.
Oh, but I'm telling you what's gonna happen, man. They're gonna go and sign some washed up midfielder in the middle of the Bundesliga somewhere and say, "Yo, this is the
Let's
Goretzka replacement."
say who.
They're gonna cheap up. They're
I
gonna
do
cheap up.
think
They're
we will
gonna,
get Nathaniel Brown, by the way. I do think we'll get Nathaniel Brown.
Which, by the way, we could talk about him. I think that's really good.
That would be a
That's
good buy.
definitely
I think that's a good buy.
I think he's super athletic, carries the ball well, like he's an attacking threat. It's good. It's good. I like him. Again, maybe he's one of those who's more of a wing back because that's what Frankfurt did a lot. But like he is very promising. Like I said, the athletic, the athleticism, and the crossing is very good, and his engine to him. Defensively, I think he needs a little bit of work, but I like the player. I do like
if I'm not mistaken, he's also I think he's on the more taller side of the fullbacks, right? Like 6'1", maybe. I think.
Yeah, I think he's 6 foot. I think.
Yeah, I'm trying to just look it up. So I
Fast
do think.
Ruggieri.
Sorry?
I said fast version of Ruggieri.
on this, my guy, man. Jetty. Brown is 5'10". Nathaniel Brown is 5'10".
I think it's still a right height, to be fair. Because I was thinking, like, when it is with these attacking forwards, I feel like what helps a lot is having like a bit of a height. So if you're defensively kind of weaker, you want to at least have a body to, you know what I mean, compete with the opposition wingers and that. But 5'10" is still fine though. It could be worse. Like it could be like 5'7".
Getting extended. Probably.
To be fair, I don't think Lima's bad. It's like a bad
No, I
player.
think he's doing a good job as a squad player. The problem is the thing is with Limer, we rely on him as a starter and we need him to play very well. And sometimes it just doesn't happen. And then we lose.
Yeah.
Whether it's his fault directly or indirectly.
I think injury played a
that's not the
role this
point.
season. He got injured at some point.
PSG, besides Marquinhos, and you could debate Safanov, I think Safanov's been really good. But like every single one of their players, they're like players I bet on that they will do their job very well. Like they're high level players because they've shown they can perform at a high level consistently. Like their upside is there. With Limer, it's like, bro, Limer, you're not a high level player. You're consistently good one. Again, levels. This is the thing with Limer, bro. He's a squad player that shouldn't be relied upon as a starter.
The thing
but
is,
here we
though,
are.
if we get Brown, then Limer will still be playing, no?
Right, because Brown's left. Yeah, Brown's
unless if somehow company gets something out of this brother on the right side, then they have.
But why are we doing? Why?
Yeah, I know that's the only thing.
I fucking hate when football clubs buy a player for one thing and then they purposefully put them on the other side, or
because they realize they fucked up or some shit.
Right. Like if we buy Coyote, don't play him as a fucking left midfielder. Yeah. If you buy Coyote, don't play him as a fucking left midfielder. Play him as a right back. A very good right back. If we buy Nathaniel Brown, attacking left back, left wing back, don't play the motherfucker at right back like Eddie Howe does with Lewis Hall. For fuck's sake. Like, why?
In some cases, I get it, but it is almost overdone in football. It's over.
And this is what, and then again, this is also what fucking cost us the Stanisic Limer thing. at halftime
Yeah,
of the
this is-
PSG thing.
Yeah, this shit was dead. I'm not even gonna lie.
That
Like,
was
don't get
yeah,
twisted. I don't
stupid.
Yeah.
like don't get twisted. Like, I understand you had like maybe not the like Davis wasn't 100% full, right? Fit, right? But it just was. It was. I wasn't feeling it at all, to be honest. I was not feeling it.
I think Davies in the first. I think Davies against PSG as a whole didn't do bad when he played.
He didn't deserve to get hooked. It was fucking Stanisic.
But he
Yeah,
was
I
just
agree.
no, but
I
he was
agree.
physically
Yeah,
not
well,
ready.
apparently he
That's
got
the-
injured.
yeah, that's the problem.
He got injured.
That's the
He got
problem.
injured, bro.
That's the problem. But that's what.
That's
But that's why it makes
you know
sense.
what,
But that's why
fair.
it makes sense
Yeah.
to go for Brown. But that's why it makes sense to go for Brown because you want to keep the same profile of a player, even if Brown is not as good as Davis.
The fuck up happened when you didn't put Stanisic left back at halftime and put Limer right back. Not company, English dude. What's his fucking name? Danks. Aaron, I think that's his name. That's
Aaron Dance. Yeah, it was
yeah.
Aaron
He
Dance,
decided to put Limer at left back, and motherfucking Stanisic.
and it should have been the other way, bro. To be
Yeah.
honest, realistically,
Yes.
second half, I think Limer did his job at left back. It's just Stanley at right back was just god
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah. But
Like, I'm
no.
not trying to
No.
you know that substitution. I'm not trying to look at that and like, you know what, Limer, you were dog shit. Other than the fourth goal that they scored on us, right? But
Yeah.
even then, it's just like you see Stanisic, bro. I can argue like 3 out of 5 goals, it's Stanley. 3 out of 5. How the
I mean,
fuck
he
is that
was-
possible?
I mean,
Terrible.
to be
He
fair,
was
to
terrible.
be fair to him, to be fair to him, he was going up against wingers, man, who kill guys like him on in the
But-
fullback position.
But this is why we're having this
On
conversation.
the
Yeah,
right-
but that doesn't mean that you just don't even try. Like we
No,
nowhere to
I
be
agree. No,
found.
I agree.
It's not even about
I agree. I agree with
first
you.
goal
No,
he tried. The last
But
2
don't-
goals were non-existent.
No, I don't. Because the thing is, I don't even disagree with you guys. It's more so the fact because I was watching the game, right, and I just feel like it got so bad it got so bad where low key I'm giving up too, like low key. That's why I feel it was bad, you know. It was generally, but I felt sorry for him. I'm sorry, but I felt sorry because it was like this was what they say in basketball, barbecue chicken alert.
Yeah,
Every
barbecue
single time.
chicken.
Every single time, like it was getting ridiculous.
You're just getting violated, and we just all had to watch.
Bro,
It's
so
like-
the first goal Kvara and doing does him dirty. Which one was it? The fourth goal, I don't even find him existent. And the last one, the same thing. Like, what the? Where are you? You're supposed to be my right back, bro.
You see right there, and this is what I'm saying.
Look,
The spirit was
And
already.
you can argue very realistically, even though they had 5 goals, there were a lot more chances where it's just Stanisic just nowhere to be found. It's like you see in Kvaratskhelia, you see in him doing all this stuff, right? As soon as we call it, as soon as you see Stanisic move to the underside, they start attacking his side on the opposite flank. It's like, dog, what on earth is this? This can't be real football. Like you can't everywhere you go, you can't be terrible.
And
That's
this is where paying 50 million or 55 or even 60 million for Coyote.
probably
makes-
comes
Yeah,
in.
Coyote probably would have
it makes
prevented,
a
I think, the
difference.
last 2 goals, maybe, or even the first.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah, or maybe he gets beat on. Let's say he gets beat on both, but it requires
More time.
It requires a world class play of the attacker. You don't need to be fucking world class to do what you did to fucking Stanisic. You're not asking the most out of your opponents. Like, oh,
But I
you
think
have to
the
be at
fact
a
that
high level to beat us. To beat
I-
PSG, you have to do everything at a very high level on the day.
or
You have-
just bully, or you bully out their midfield like Chelsea have done, and arguably
Yeah, and
Tottenham
that's
did
not
in the
easy to do.
right.
That's not easy
Because
to do.
we don't have midfielders to go. I mean, we did it before.
Right.
We gave Chelsea the blueprint.
And
the
but
thing
that's what I
is-
mean.
Like, we did give Chelsea the blueprint. I think about, but the thing is, how often are we going to be doing that?
Because you don't have the midfielders depth at all. Because like it's Kibic, it's Pavlovic, and then that's it. Because Goretzka is gone. Bischoff is a young boy. I think, to me, what I look at in Bayern and what I look at in these other teams, I respect all of the semi-finalists, obviously, because I was there. But like, but my team was there. But it's like all of the semifinalists, genuinely speaking, compared to maybe last year or the year before, I don't necessarily respect those semifinalists because it's like there's some degree of these teams need just a little bit more to reach a very, very real level where you start to ask questions about how good are they in the all-time list of this in the context of that team's history. Bayern obviously is the I think the attack is really good, like really, really good.
Yeah.
There's some players in your midfield who are really good. There's some players in your backline who are really good, but the parts that are missing are the parts that are missing, and I think you can get there. I think when I look at PSG, this is probably their all-time best ever team, and depending on how they reinforce in the summer, it might continue to be like that for a while. But it's like in general, I would say most of the teams in the Champions League, I don't respect you. I don't think you're very good. I think you've, in terms of the level that I saw 10 years ago from most of the teams, what I saw from Bayern, from Juventus, from Atletico, from Barcelona, Real Madrid, City, all of those, there's like 6, 7, 8 teams.
Liverpool had some good.
Liverpool.
Bro, look at that 2015 semi-final of the Champions League. For me, that is an example of what the semi-final should look like.
This is what I mean. It's like there's like maybe 4 or 5 teams who could be world class, and maybe 2 or 3 who are. In terms of just like across the board, there's no issues with this team. When I look at most teams, they're not like that. I think Bayern really they have a unique opportunity if they take their time properly in this market. Not only could they be immediately, they have no issues in the rest of their squad, but they could also set a proper like agenda in terms of what they could do in Europe consistently for the rest of this decade here until 2030. Maybe you have to do a reset or something. I don't know. I think you have a real chance. When you look at what Barcelona are currently trying to do in the transfer market, like with the amount of money that they're spending, yeah, you could take advantage of that, man. When you look at Man United, they're not close. When you look at Liverpool, they're not close. Yeah. City just lost Pep. Like these things are not small things, and it's like I think these are so like I hope at least that Bayern take advantage of this and really push themselves to be the team that they know that they are. So that's all. Because again, there's no issues with that attack. There's nothing you can complain about.
That's the thing, though. But do Bayern know who they are, though? Because I feel like when you look at the prestige of the football club, I just feel like some parts they do very well, right? Getting in Olise, getting in Kane, getting in Diaz, right? Even though Diaz was questionable among football fans, it ended up working well for them. But other than those, like I feel like sometimes there were opportunities already there that they could have taken, but they didn't do it because they trying to dress it up as everything is fine. Look at the players that we brought in already. Because I feel like this defense. I feel because for me this midfield issue been an issue, right? I mean they're lucky. They should be considered lucky that somebody like a Blahovic came in, right? They should be considering themselves lucky. Like imagine if
you mean Pavlovic?
Pavlovic.
No, sorry. I got a problem sometimes pronouncing these names, right? But you know what I mean. Like they should. I feel like Bayern should consider themselves lucky that they even got a talent like that coming through from the academy, right? And then with the defense, how long have we been talking about the defense just being a strategy? An issue, right? With the defense, right? There's some part, as said, some part of the defense is good, but then some of the other parts of the defense, you really look at yourself and think to yourself, how is really this bad? And even the goalkeeper issue, right? Neuer, I'm sorry, but Neuer's old ass shouldn't have been even in the World Cup, if you really want to be honest.
But too sentimental, too much sentiment or laziness that we just don't want to actually move on and spend. I don't mind if we. All right, let's look at this wish list. Let's say we get 4 out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say we get 4 out of the 6 or 3 out of the 6. I don't mind if we don't go for a goalkeeper then if we're addressing other shit. We're not going to address most of these guys. We're not going to get any of them probably, maybe a Lacroix. But like we're not going to get a goalkeeper either. So it's like
You know what? I don't even think you're gonna get 2 of the. I think you're only gonna get 1 of them.
If you can get,
I think
I
the
think
one
if
we're
there's,
most likely getting is LaCroix.
if you can get Lacroix and you can get a top tier right back, I think you'll be better off than not. Like if you get a shitty left wing, okay, cool. But a lot of the and maybe a decent midfielder.
What happens if Kimmich does his ACL in November? This is the thing. What happens if fucking Kane gets an ACL?
But that's why we need
November?
a midfielder, right?
What happens if freaking Upamecano gets ACL? What happens if, again, something happens?
There are other injuries. Stop wishing ACLs onto these people, please.
No, but I'm saying like this is shit that you
No,
have to-
no.
No, but you see, no, but you're right. You're right. You're right.
Steve,
if fucking Hakimi is injured or isn't, let's say he is injured for tomorrow. I know he's not. Like, let's say he is. You have Zaire Emery play at right back. Does amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If Kvaratskhelia gets injured for them, okay, that is very tough. But you have like talent that you can just plug in.
You have Kang and Lee. You have other players that can come in.
They've had Fabian Ruiz injured for a lot of the year. They've been fine, and Zaire Emery stepped up.
You still have players like Mayulu and Mbai who can still help you out.
Yo, fucking Mayulu can play right back. He did for 2 games for PSG's end of their season. In like the Lons game, he played great. Like, this is the stuff. Okay, Bischoff does a bit of that, but that's one player. Again, it's these margins. It's these fucking margins, bro.
So no, you're right. So it's like, look, you cannot guarantee that your players will play. If you have 63 games of the calendar that you have to play, you cannot guarantee that your players will play 63 of 63 games and at a very, very high level in every single game.
Yeah.
You have to have a good squad. The players are getting the game is demanding a lot out of your body. You need to be able to deal with your squad. You need to be intimately familiar with your squad, and you need to have a good squad.
I like the rotation that we've been doing this season because I feel like we get less injuries this season than previous ones, even though we've had some.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, I will say though, one criticism for company. I get rotate, but you rotate to get to a semifinal, not rotate during a fucking semifinal. Like, bro, dude, why is Davies on the bench second leg? Motherfucker should be starting, bro. About fucking second legs in the bench. That first goal, by the way, I guarantee you, the PSG goal in the Allianz, it probably would have been prevented by Davies. It probably
would have a better chance. You have a better chance of being.
But now, because you didn't start them, now you've made life difficult for ourselves. And then when we bring Davies, all of a sudden he's getting an assist to Harry Kane. Oh, no fucking shit. Like, you know
one bad decision in one game can have ripple effects on following.
Bro. That's what the difference. I'm telling you, the difference this tie. I know we could talk about players, but that's in case anything like this happens. But like, the biggest issue was the 2 managers, right? Because one outsmarted the other, which is Enrique outsmarting company. Man said, I may have to score 3 goals, right? So now everybody, including ourselves and company, etc., unless if you thought ahead of the curve, are thinking it's going to be a crazy game, right? Because we barely see crazy games, but that was a crazy game. And then next thing you know, Allianz Arena time hits for the game, and they score early. Enrique's like, nah, fuck this. They think I'm going to attack. Just defend. Just defend. And guess what? We barely had any answers. Yeah. So it is what
I'm not against giving Santos Diber a chance. The problem is company
he's not consistent enough for me. Not consistent enough for me from what I've seen.
Right. And that too. There's the issue with that too.
So
you know what, Pablo would be the Kimmich replacement. Now you need someone next to him. This is the thing.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with PSG, and this is why I don't think if you're Enrique and your brain functions, why would you ever leave? Like, you can develop players, young players,
very good academy,
give them experience. You can win the league most of the
time. Dynasty at PSG.
You have a huge budget. You're gonna be in another UCL in the next 5 years. They're gonna be in like 3 of the finals, probably 2 at worst.
He could be the reason why PSG is a part of Champions League history all of a sudden.
Yeah, I think the biggest part is,
and that's what I want for Bayern, and I don't think it's that far off. Unfortunately, with Hoeneß, it is.
But that's the thing, right? Because I think the biggest thing as well that I think no club can probably offer is they got the best director of football in the world.
Yes.
Like for
Yeah,
me,
but
like
I don't think Abel is far off.
I
Like
think,
this
I
is
think
Ocampos is, I think, a bit. I don't want to underrate him because he was insane in
Yeah.
Monaco, but it's like people seem to forget. PSG have spent almost like 300 plus million in some real dog shit players,
Yeah.
or players who
they
have
have.
The
failed
Ramos and
completely.
the Colomwani.
Yes.
it's the
Now
recency
they do.
bias.
Now, like,
Okay.
they
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
They do. But I feel like his overall track record, but also I think also if you look at his time at PSG, I feel like he bought more good players than bad players, even if the bad
Carlos
players.
Soler, Renato Sanchez,
Yeah, like they have.
Zabani. It's like
Like I'm not.
this is a lot of money for players who are not
Oh, yeah.
all that.
No, I definitely agree.
You
Like
can
they
say
have
the same
like,
about Cheeky at Man City. Like fucking what's it called? They brought in Calvin Phillips. Like
No, they
Barnes-
have
like-
every sporting director has their clangers, right?
Yeah.
That's the
Yes.
reality of it.
and
You
yeah,
the best have more success than they don't. But more importantly, I would say with Ocampos is that he is focused a lot on trying to make sure that the academy is as good as possible.
Yes.
Yes.
So those small areas that he makes mistakes in, somebody from the academy comes up and does something, or they sell an academy player to finance somebody else that they think would be better. What do you call it? The guy who's in Leipzig right now, good centre back, good young centre back. I'm sure they could have used him
Oh,
long term.
Lukeba?
Not Lukeba. He's from.
El bitch.
I can't say his
Bichiabu?
name.
Yeah, I can't say his
yeah.
name.
Bichiabu.
Oh,
Bichiabu,
yeah, okay.
Good young
Yeah.
player.
Yeah, very young.
Would he have been better suited to staying into the squad long term? Probably, but
Gotta. Yeah.
I mean, selling him and then getting that finance, Jean Neves is not a bad plan.
No,
You know what I mean?
exactly. Considering as well, like you gotta also consider he was at the time also very young, and the fact that you get so much money. Why
That's
not?
what I mean.
Why not?
Sometimes you
sell him?
have to know when to sell, and other times you have to know when to keep. And I think that part is the underrated part of Ocampos. That's the part where you have to say, yeah, you really are one of the best at it. So
I do agree. I do agree with that.
That's
Like, because I feel like with me when I look at somebody like him as well, I just feel like his overall track record, just in general, like it's just very impressive for me personally. Where I look at it and say, yes, he had bad chances probably across all his clubs, but then I also look at all the good stuff that he's done for these football clubs as well. And you look at the football clubs past he left Monaco, past the time he left. No, how have they been doing since he left? Obviously, it's not all his doing, right?
Celta Vigo is a really good example
Yeah.
of what he did really, really shit. I can't express enough. That was a terrible time. But
Yeah.
when you look at it, like Monaco was such a success that it's almost an anomaly in football. Like nearly everybody he signed was not only great for Monaco, also went on to have a great career after.
And the manager as well. The manager appointment of Jardine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good appointment that fit that team very well, and it just clicked.
So,
and that's what I'm worried about with, to wrap this up overall. The reason why I'm doing this fucking stream is not just for Champions League. I want to win that. In Bundesliga, let's be honest, if Leverkusen go and get Iraola or a Glasner, they have a good enough sporting director to challenge for Bundesliga. I think they
have objectives, yeah.
I actually think Dortmund, if they fixed up their mentality, would be in the mix.
No, they can't because they won't do it.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
That's the difference. We know what Dortmund are.
Yeah, they're gonna tell you.
No, because this season,
after this season, they said that, and verbatim, I'm paraphrasing it. They said that second place. This was crazy.
Yeah, Kovac. This guy, bro, you need to get rid of
it wasn't even Kovac. It was one of the board members saying that how second is like a very high, it's a very good high position to be in. And I was like, okay, man.
Yeah, but you had Kovac say that we need to make top 4 next season, apparently.
Yeah, because Kovac
he's a loser.
And the thing is here, I don't even necessarily blame Kovac because Kovac is just telling you what the board is telling him.
So like Abraham and all them with us, basically.
Yeah, as long as Kovac gets top 4, he can stay at Dortmund how long he wants to stay.
Yeah, I think that's like the problem with Dortmund is not like one issue. It's not like, oh, this
Yeah,
spot
so
this
that's a
spot needs
lot.
to get
Yeah,
fixed. They have a whole slew of issues. They have a great academy too. They have great
yeah,
development. They
yeah,
have all of that
and
stuff.
we get
Yeah,
and
bro,
we
they
and
have
we
And
know
and they do nothing with it.
quite young
Is that like
and still
only know,
like,
and this is the thing, only know, and I've been very advocate about the Dortmund academy, saying how you should have given guys a lot more chances that we did. Now they trying to give some guys chances, but part of me is also thinking part of me is also thinking they're trying to be cheap with it as well. That's why they're giving guys chances.
Hmm.
Yes, because like really and truly, like don't get it twisted, the Anselmino loan, I don't think necessarily was a bad idea, but why couldn't you give Felipe Mane the chance already at the start of the season?
Yes.
if Filippo Mane,
Like
yeah.
he obviously had his injury problems, but I don't think he was much worse than Anselmino was. Anselmino barely played. So I mean, but I agree. Dortmund, there's a lot of issues. Just let alone just the standard itself.
Leverkusen have shown that they are more serious than Dortmund
Yes.
the past few years.
I'm still disappointed that Xavi went
By
to
the
Real.
way, I
But,
think maybe Stuttgart, if they keep Hannes as well. If
Yeah,
they keep-
in Stuttgart. That's the thing.
I think the only issue with Stuttgart though is that they can never really properly invest, like because all of their spending is what they make from players. So
They do.
I mean, that's what it is
really
now.
well,
But like,
they find players like Chema. Chema's been, bro. They bought him for $3 million. They're gonna sell him for 30, 40 minimum.
but this,
Wait, wasn't
you
he a
can-
loan player from Real Madrid, or is he just
No,
a
they
Real
no,
bought
they
Madrid?
bought him. They bought
no,
him.
no, the
$3
bottom.
million.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
I thought it
they
was
have
a loan
50%
player
of
this
his
entire
rights, so.
time.
They do have 50% of his rights, but
I
that's
think
a
maybe
good
it's
player.
buyback clause. Maybe it's a buyback clause, Madrid.
They
They
have
do
a
have
buyback.
buyback.
I will
point
say
is
this:
they got in a really good player for $3 million.
Stuttgart,
However long they have him.
Stuttgart is, yes, they have to buy based off what they sell right now, but it's like you can be a sell. I think there's a part that people seem to forget. If you keep on winning trophies or getting to a cup final like Stuttgart
Champions
has,
League revenue.
constantly getting Champions League, at some point you no longer need to be a selling club, right?
Yeah,
Like we've seen this with Atletico. Atletico went from if it doesn't matter what year that we did well. We call it. Falcao has to leave for 40 million. Felipe Luis has to leave. Thing has to leave because somebody pays for it, and we just don't have the money to keep them. No, we can keep them. Although I'm not going to talk about the other stuff. But anyway, I'm just saying it's just like Brighton are a selling club because that's how their model is.
yes.
If they wanted to be serious, they could be, but they don't want to be serious. They want to sell. That's how their structure is. Chelsea,
They don't think they can consistently get into Champions League year
right?
in, year out. Yeah.
So there are other leagues where it's like I think Stuttgart and Leverkusen are serious enough that if
They
the
are
wind
big
falls
enough
in their way,
clubs as well. They are big
Yeah.
enough clubs like fan base and all this stuff. Like
I think
so
those are big clubs in Germany.
Dortmund
Like, I feel
could
like-
do it if they cleaned up their act,
If
but
they
they're
were
not
serious.
going to.
Yeah, now like the Dortmund thing is that like I say all the time, like we're just very fortunate that again Stuttgart is one of them ones where they just even like we can't forget it hasn't been that long ago since they were still in the second division, right? It's
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
actually
yeah.
funny.
Hannes
It's not that
saved
long.
them from the relegation.
Like obviously it's been obviously quite some years now, but it's when you actually put it into just on paper, it's actually not that long compared to other teams, right? So them just being back to what they are as a football club right now is just impressive itself. And as long as they can keep what they're doing with Hoeneß, especially, they're gonna be eventually there competing for the Bundesliga. They're definitely gonna be there. And obviously
And their
Liverpool
director of
shown-
football as well. Like ever
Yeah.
since I forget
Yeah,
his
their
name.
director is cutthroat. I don't like him, but it works for them, I guess.
And this is the thing, right? And that's why I say with Dortmund, I think we're just very fortunate with the fact that just Liverpool had the situation with Javi and just the whole season kind of the rattled with Ten Hag from the beginning. That didn't work out, and then they had to look for a new manager again. And just Stuttgart, again, they're just a team that's currently just building up themselves. And then also
You
the
meant
Leipzig team.
Leverkusen. You said
Leverkusen.
Liverpool. I got confused.
Sorry. I'm just tired. It's like one.
Fair
I
enough.
think he meant
One-
Leverkusen. Leverkusen.
Leverkusen. Sorry, it's like 1:21 in the morning. So
Look, we're wrapping up this now. Don't worry.
yeah.
No, 3:21. I don't know about
So yes, to make the point in it, that it's just that Dortmund is just extremely great. Should be grateful that these teams had the issues that they had last season. And when you came off the season last season where the directors are flexing that this is the most point total that we had in over a decade in the Bundesliga, you should be really concerned.
It's glorifying. It's glorifying and whacking one off to mediocrity. That's
like I think this is like we had 73 points, right? I think that's the highest since 17-18. And it might have been 14-15. I have to go and double check the exact number, right? Which is all well and good. Which is all well and good, right? It's the highest point total. But then when Bayern finished
okay.
But this is the thing. But when Bayern finishes on 89 points and you finish on 73, I mean the math does it for itself. You behind double figures by a lot as well. So how much of a flex is it really and truly?
Yeah. Yeah, by the way, I'll tell you something. I think the closest you were to us was before we faced off in your stadium. That was the closest because we dropped points to Wolves, and then that gave
Yes, because we was on we was on a winning streak going into the game, and I knew we was gonna fumble it. And then from then on,
streak.
Yeah,
by the way, I'm gonna be honest with you. You fumbled it despite being fortunate that Schlotterbeck even stayed on, bro.
Like I said, like it's just what it is.
So fortunate. You were so fortunate. I like Schlotterbeck. I rate him highly, but
the most memorable Dortmund game this year was the Stuttgart one where Undav had that fucking amazing.
He had that.
And the thing, I fucking hate that game because I remember the game so well because we just scored because I knew that the funny part is I knew we was going to concede a goal, so I said, "Come on, we have to go and get the third goal." We get the third goal, and then these guys just threw it away.
That's the theme with you. But that's the theme with you, bro. Didn't you guys throw away a lead, if I'm not mistaken?
Hey. Juventus. There's many games I can play.
Yeah.
I mean, but serious.
Throw away Juventus.
But
don't worry.
You won't see them anytime soon. Don't worry.
Exactly. Like, we got our highest point total since whatever. This is our least goals conceded in the season since however long. Like, again, this is what we celebrate, so not even a day for paper call. Not even that. Like nah. Like it doesn't matter that we went up to a rubbish Frankfurt side this season. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Hey, that's what it is, man. So that's what I say. Dortmund is nothing will change. So, but just because I'm a Dortmund fan, doesn't mean that doesn't mean that I don't love Bundesliga football in general. That's why I like the idea of Stuttgart being good. I like the idea of Liverpool being good. So, and even Leipzig, who knows what Leipzig can do if Diamante gets sold and they go to rejuvenate the team.
He stays because of his price tag being too heavy.
Leipzig is another vision of we call it Brighton, these other things. They are very much a selling club. If the other teams get serious, they should never get Champions League. That's my honest feeling.
But you know what? This season they did better than what I expected. Because I expected.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be honest.
By the way, I think David Raum is an underrated left back in their team.
Yes.
I think he deserves more.
I like Raum.
Yeah, I think he's done a lot for them. I think Orban, in my opinion, is past it.
I think he's leaving anyways. I think him and Gulacsi are leaving.
He's past it. Who was it? They still have Hendricks, right? Hendricks, he's
still there.
Yeah, Hendricks, he's all right. Their Austrian midfield is a pretty decent midfield.
Baumgarten is good.
Baumgarten, I think Baumgarten had a good season for him. Seewald's been good.
Uedragal's good.
Schlager has been an engine in their midfield.
Yeah. Leipzig, the good thing that happened this year for Leipzig, besides the obvious with Diamond and stuff like that, is they played watchable football. It's not Marco Rosa dog shit. It's
bro. By the way, Keeks, I'm not gonna lie. You know Leipzig. You know with Leipzig, when I watch Leipzig under Rosa, I think of your club. I'm not gonna lie. I think
wow. Well, the idea of what Atletico is, not what it actually is.
Yo, like
Yeah,
bro,
they
when I
play
was
Temple.
watching our game against them on the Rosa, bro, I think of how Simeone just lines up. Like,
That was fucking terrible. So at least Leipzig did get in a proper manager. Like they're very watchable again. So that is good for them. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here, people. Apparently, Gordon's going for Ballon d'Or, so it's what it is.
Hey.
But yeah, we're gonna redirect to Sarcasm City TV for the Q&A. But yeah, thanks everybody for joining. Bayern won't get their shit together, but at least we did it for them. So if Uli Hoeneß is,
maybe he's watching. Maybe he's watching, man.
yeah, maybe he is watching. I sure fucking hope so, but he probably isn't. But anyways, take care, people.
Because all you talk about, you're uncertain about Justin Herbert, but you get on the floor for this clown. He's a bum. He's trash, and you know it. And every time you bring him up, I'm going to let the world know exactly.